Hello, Spores!
Hello.
Hello. Look, it's Joshie. He's here with me in the studio, in the flesh. Say hi, Joshie.
Hello, Spores.
Oh, look, it's Tito's question. I left it up. Hold on, let me just switch it to the good advice stream with lots of exclamation points. Check out this magic. Check out this magic. Ready? Woohoo! I'm a professional streamer.
Awesome, but we spoiled Tito's question. Oh, well, no.
I mean, it's public. It's in the Discord, so if anybody really wanted a preview of the stream, they could get it. But yeah, hi everybody. Oh look, everybody is so excited to see you, Joshie.
I'm excited to see all of you too. Also, now I can say this instead of type it, but you gotta start streamer bot.
Oh, you're so right. I should do that. Look, Becky's impressed with your credentials. No! Wait, why am I holding a microphone? All right, let me start StreamerBot. Thank you so much for the gifted sub, Bean. I appreciate you. Okay, hold on. Everybody needs their caps. I'm starting StreamerBot, so everybody can get their caps. Ready? Here it comes. Give it a few seconds.
Hey, Rain Dasher.
Okay, all right, we're connected. There we go. Caps for everyone.
I wish the water fell on me.
Do you want water on you? Yippee!
Too late for that. Too late for that.
I can just throw some water on you. Yippee! That's so many yippies. Hi everybody. I guess you're excited to be here. Well, maybe a little too excited. There's nothing sus about anything I've done so far. Thank you very much.
Oh, I need to be moved under sus.
Damn it! Oh, you don't turn red? Okay. Well, not every stream is perfect. Listen. Not only is not every stream perfect, but no stream is ever perfect.
No stream is ever perfect.
No stream is ever perfect. But that's not why you're all here. You're here to get some really great advice, right?
Only the streamer is perfect.
What a Riz master. I'm so glad you're here because there's a couple of relationship type questions, and I feel like you're gonna have the best advice. Dab. Tito says dab on him. All right, hi everybody. Let's greet everybody. Oh my gosh, who do I see? I see Uriel. I see Shadow. Hey, it's Darkfire. Hi. Right off the bat, asking, do I smoke 420 Gilly? Darkfire, please keep your intrusive thoughts to yourself. It's Pikachu.
Also, there's no advice in that question.
Yeah, that's not asking for advice. It's Lynxat and Victor and Rain Dasher. We got SM Chira. Hey, we got Sheena, of course. Hi, Sheena. Love you always. Hi, we've got Crazy Cookie. Oh no, Crazy Cookie's back again to see if they can win the gifted sub lottery. I'm so it haunts me. It haunts me what happened last stream. I'm so sorry. To recap, for anybody who's curious, Lexus went on a gifted sub spree, which is incredibly generous. Thank you so much again. But the entire time, Crazy Cookie was begging for a gifted sub, and never once got one. I feel so bad. It haunts me. Tito says I pray for Cookie. Hi, Haruto. Hey, Bean. Hi, Bean. We got Cohen GG. Hi, Cohen. Vinay, of course. Vinay out there wishing my computer would explode. I saw that comment. I saw that comment, Vinay.
I am permanently flexing my chest, though.
You're what?
Vinay said I look like I'm permanently flexing my chest.
You are kind of giving like maybe if you tried a little harder, you could make those like pecs bounce. Can you do that?
No.
Can you? You can't.
Not this stream. That's. I know what I'm doing during work tomorrow, though.
That's on the Only Demons. You gotta subscribe. You gotta subscribe for the bouncy pecs. Bruh. Accurate. What is blue YouTube?
I assume.
Oh, it's OnlyFans.
Only tubes.
Only tubes. Only
tubes.
spores. Only spores. Blue YouTube. I love that. What about green Twitch? He could probably do it on green Twitch. I gotta apply the sus filter to you. Joshie, vamp while I fix your filters.
Vamp. Yeah, so we need more questions, everyone.
We actually don't. We have so many amazing questions.
No, we need tons. We know you have problems. We want to fix them.
Wait, you can't just say that. Also, I want to thank Moshiki for the 3 months. Thank you so much for the 3 months. I'm so excited to stream for you for 3 months. So thank you. Did I get sprayed with water when that happened? I don't think so. I gotta fix that redeem. Okay, keep vamping. I'm still working on it.
Okay. Doesn't seem like it should take that long, but I gotcha.
Listen, I'm a professional streamer, okay? I'm doing my best out here.
Thank you, Lynx Hat. Thank you for being a fan. There you go. Oh, so the reason...
Thank you, Moshiki. Thank you for the $5.
So nothing happens to you when it's like the membership month message. That's what the first Moshiki message was. That's why there was no effect.
Oh, okay. I'm the gifted, or the multi-month one must not work properly.
Yeah.
All right, listen, I can't figure out how to fix it. Whatever I did to make it work on me was apparently very complicated, so I'm giving up.
It's all good. I don't say anything sus.
Toad is vamping in the chat. Blah, blah, blah.
I say nothing sus, so it doesn't apply.
Nothing sus ever from Joshie. Right. I'm the only one, I guess. Okay, all right. Listen. Let me fetch the first question. We had some really good questions on Discord. I know you've been... Excuse me! Joshie's just like roaming free. He can't be captured by the freeze frame.
God mode. I go through life with God mode. That's the way it works.
He's too powerful. He must be stopped. All right. Let's see. Did we answer Lexus's question? Okay. Here. Watch the movie Magic. Check this out. Ready? And I'm gonna... Ready? 1, 2, 3. Wha-pow! I updated the question. Check that out. This... For real, Lexus posted this. What are we supposed to say to this?
I don't know, because I think she's unrisible. I'm gonna be honest.
Why do you think she's unrisible? Please expand on that.
He has a dark past. I don't know. He has no joy in her life in the slightest.
Who is Arlecchino? Somebody, either Joshie, I don't know if you still play Genshin. I feel like you broke the habit a long time ago, and I don't want to encourage you to get back into it, but somebody tell me more about who Arlecchino even is.
She is one of the, okay. I forget what they're, the Fatui Harbingers or whatever.
Oh,
yeah.
One of the big bads. Okay. Shadow says you don't riz up Arlecchino. Arlecchino rizzes you. Desi says, I'm sorry, Gilly, but Arlecchino is mommy. Okay, she's a playable pyro character in Genshin Impact, 4th of the 11 Fatui You know what? I don't know how to pronounce that word. Is it harbingers or harbingers?
I like harbingers, so that's the word now. That's not correct.
I don't like it at all. It's harbingers, right? Don't laugh at me. If you know, just tell me. Harbingers. Come on. Okay. Joshie, you're being so mean to me. Lynx is much nicer. Lynx says it's harbingers. Tito, that's unhelpful.
Harbinger.
Okay. Wait a second. Uriel says I enjoy using her, honestly. Okay. I think pronounced like binge drinking. Finay. Okay. Yes. Okay. Harbingers. Binger. Like binge drinker. Got it.
I think first you probably have to get stronger than her. So good luck with that.
Is she like the main character from Level 99 who says to everybody who asks her out, I'm only interested in men who are stronger than me?
Yeah. No, not like her, but probably stronger.
Disappointed. I like that. Cannonball says I've been trying to get her, no luck yet. Yeah, I guess just buy more jades. What are they called in Genshin again? Not jades, right? Or are they jades? No, jades is Honkai.
No.
They're called
Primo Gems.
Primo Gems, thank you.
But like
that's how you riz Arlecchino. You buy more Primo Gems.
No, I'm not. No, don't spend money. It's
No?
how you're gonna spend it here on Gilly if you buy.
That's right. I'm infinitely more risible. Spend your Primo Gem money right here on Dr. Gillifer's stream. Thank you, Colt. Thank you for the $1, Colt. That's exactly right. This is where this is where you should spend your Primo Gem money. Gillo Gems.
There should be Gilly constellations that you get when you spend exuberant amount of money.
I don't like where this is going. What? Wait,
they're constellations in Genshin, I believe. It's been a long time.
Oh, like if you every 90 pulls or something, you get a 5-star character?
Yeah. Or like if you get the same 5-star character twice, then you get like a new ability.
A constellation. Well, constellations are important strategically. Like if you want a stronger character, you need more constellations. But I like the idea of some sort of like spending threshold where you like get a certain like a pity prize, like a cash out. Okay, well let's workshop this later. Let's move on to a real question. We need a real question, something we can really sink our teeth into. Let's do this. Damn it, the next question is how do I save money on my car insurance?
Don't buy car insurance, just drive without it.
No, that's no. Do not listen to this man. Do not listen to this man. Okay. How do I save money? You call 1-800-GEICO. No, okay. How do you save money on car? Don't be a male between ages 18 to 25. I'm sorry, but y'all get... I was about to say something that does not mean... I was about to say y'all get jerked over. Y'all get jerked over by the car insurance companies, okay?
Those car companies are jerking you. Listen.
Stop it!
Real talk, though. You should yearly shop around for new rates because you always get better rates just for switching. So that's
an interesting point.
Yeah.
I didn't realize we had a serious answer for this question. That's not sus. Listen, what Joshie just said, verifiably the least sus thing that's ever been said on this channel. Okay. Hey folks in chat, if you have a question, please put it into the Q&A because I'm going to have a hard time keeping track of things that are posted into like the general chat. So if you have an actual advice question, please put it in the Q&A where I will be able to see it later. Okay. Pikachu says eventually they stop giving you good rates. Is that true? I feel like there's always another car insurance company you could probably switch to.
No, because every year, as long as you aren't like an asshole driver, you will get better rates just because you've been driving longer. You have a longer history of not crashing your car or getting in accidents or getting tickets.
That's a good point. But
the company you're with won't change your rates, so you have to change every time. It's annoying, but
they'll change your rates if you crash your car.
Yeah.
So okay, if you crash, change your car insurance because they're about to raise your premiums. All right, here's another question. Ready? This is a real question, also from Tito. Because the car insurance question was from Tito. Actually, for real, how do I fend off imposter syndrome? I'm getting bogged down in my journey to becoming unstoppable. First off, I love, Tito, that you're on a journey to becoming unstoppable. I think that's the right energy. It's the right energy. You have all the potential within you. It's just about finding a way to unleash it, right? Yippee! But okay, how do you fend off imposter syndrome? Something that helped me a lot was the realization that everybody experiences imposter syndrome. Like I've been to, right, Becky said the same thing in chat just now. Everyone has imposter syndrome. I've been to those like meetup groups for people in my career path or whatever. You know, sometimes there are these breakout conversations where they get everybody together and they're like, what are the things that you struggle with every day? And literally everyone says imposter syndrome. Like everyone has imposter syndrome. I think it's possible that the system is designed to make everybody feel like they're not good enough at their jobs because, like, they don't want confident workers. Go for it, Josh.
I will also say that everyone should feel that way in a sense that you should always be getting better at your job, right? There's always progress you can make or new skills you can acquire. Like the reality is it's not about being like good or the best or an expert. It's more about, can you sufficiently do the job you have today? And if you can't, it's not that you're an imposter, it's just that, you know, the real world has different needs than you're trading, and you just improve and you keep learning and, you know, use Google as you do your job to figure it out. Yes,
that's such a good point. Everybody Googles. If you don't know how to do something already and you have to Google it, that's totally fine. Googling things is a skill. Researching and learning on your own, teaching yourself new skills, is a hugely valuable skill. And just because you have to go out there and figure things out doesn't make you an imposter. It actually makes you excellent at your job because you have the ability to perform self-improvement. That's amazing.
Hey, Compass, if you have a question, click on the Q&A at the top of the chat and drop it in there.
Yes, thank you.
But yeah, so just keep improving. There's no imposters, there's no reals, there's just people who have sets of skills and keep going.
There's no reals, that's true.
There's no reals.
What's the opposite of imposter? Real. Doesn't exist. The real does not exist. All right, folks. Shadow's question is really interesting. Let's do this one. We have a lot of new folks in chat tonight who came off of my A is for Arson video. Just context for everybody. My YouTube subscriber count has been blowing up lately because for some reason on YouTube Shorts specifically, my A is for Arson video has been going crazy viral in the past couple of weeks, which is great, but also if that's the only content they know me by, it's gonna lead to a lot of questions. So everyone be kind in chat. Everybody thinks I'm an arsonist, so.
You are.
That's true. I do love arson.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good. Here's Shadow's question. I like this one. Link says, I just noticed PhDs.
So I would love to take credit for this, but Gilly actually came up with that, so.
Oh, well, thank you. I wasn't gonna claim it because I didn't want to downplay you're obviously hilarious, but yes. Okay, all right. Everybody, now chat is going off about arson. I should just make that a sound redeem. What's A for? Arson.
So
It's a good one.
Gilly, advice needed.
Yeah. Okay.
What's the best way to burn down a government facility as quickly as possible?
Asking for a friend?
No, I'm asking for me.
Well, first you lock the doors so that no one can escape, obviously.
I said the facility, not the people, you psychopath.
What's the point of burning down the facility if the people are all still alive?
We're crossing out of arson territory, but
Listen. You can't crack a few eggs without making an omelet. What am I talking about? Okay, let's just do the question. Okay.
Quote that.
You can't. Okay. All right. Shadow writes, "Great cannonballs," just saying it like it is murder. Listen. Arson with a few casual bystanders is. I'm just gonna move on. I don't really have a good relationship with my parents. How do I tell them without hurting them that I can't connect with them and that a lot of my anxiety stems from them and how they treated me and my interests? Wow, this is such a good question. I have to think about it for a minute. I should have like read through all of these and gathered my thoughts and made some notes before the stream.
So I'll drop while Gilly's gathering thoughts. I will drop a nugget here, which is that if they do make you feel this way, the hurt is what's going to make them feel it back, right? Like, if there's no hurting them, like, if they don't have a realization that they have something to feel guilty for amongst, like, they're not going to really change. So, I mean, don't be mean on purpose, but, like, tough conversations hurt, and it's gotta be.
That's an interesting one. I guess my question is, what do you hope to gain by telling them? I think there's like the situation where you're an adult child and you don't live with your parents, and you can sort of just like there's if you read it all in the like narcissistic parents Reddit or like the there's like a whole philosophy called like gray rock or gray stone or something like that, but none of this makes any sense. Hold on, I'm bringing it back around. There's a difference between cutting the rope and dropping the rope. So cutting the rope is cutting people as completely out of your life. I don't want to have a relationship with you anymore. Like, you have to change, you have to go to therapy, you have to fix all these things before I can have a relationship with you. And then dropping the rope is just sort of like letting them drift away. Like, I'm not going to put energy into seeing you or hanging out with you or talking to you. Like, if you invite me to your birthday party, I'll come, but like, I'm not going to call you on the weekends. And I guess my question is, for Shadow, like, could you just sort of give the rope a little more slack and put some more distance in between you and your parents? Because some conversations need to be had, and some conversations don't actually need to be had. So maybe that's a little cynical of me.
It sounds like he wants a better relationship with his parents, and I do think you should have the conversation, right? I mean, depending on how they respond to the conversation, Gilly's advice is quite sound. So there comes a point where you shouldn't suffer just because they're your parents and they won't meet you in the middle here. So, okay, Shadow has responded. Let's see.
Hard. They're very controlling and overbearing.
Yeah. I mean, Shadow, is your living situation that you have to be under their control, or I guess is the question. Otherwise, ignore them, or, you know, you have your own life to live.
But I mean, you make a good point, which is that the relationship is possibly strained right now, but maybe Shadow wants to have a good relationship with his parents. You know, like, I think probably most people do. So I think that's a very good point. You can have the conversation. I find that a lot of people in the older generations aren't like ready to hear it because they're not. There's a sort of culture around therapy and like self-improvement now where it's become very acceptable to really like be critical about yourself and like Could I improve myself? Could I handle these situations better? Do I need therapy to unravel things from my past? Like, older folks don't, that's not accepted, right? Like, when they were younger, when they were growing up, like, that wasn't okay. Going to therapy was shameful. You hid it. It was a super secret, right? And so, like, if you bring up things like, I am feeling anxiety, and it stems from these behaviors that I think you guys could honestly work on, and if we all worked on these things, we would all be happier. Like, a lot of older folks don't receive that very well, but they can eventually learn.
Yeah, I mean, I would also say they didn't get that support from their own parents, most likely, so, you know, they're passing it on. The real question is, are they the type of parents that love their child and therefore are willing to listen and change, or is it that they went through the motions of having a child and it's just a thing that was part of their life and they feel like that child doesn't deserve anything more than what they got, right? So it's, if we're talking about that generation, you're going to find a mix of both of those types of people, and you probably know your parents better than we do, but regardless, you should talk to them. You shouldn't be afraid to hurt them, and you should be ready to put distance if they don't respond favorably, would be the best path. And it'll probably suck. Good. Yeah.
I think that's good. And don't be afraid to hurt them. Don't go out of your way to hurt them. But do try to use as many I phrases as you can. Like, people generally receive this type of feedback better if instead of saying, you guys really hurt me all the time, you guys do this thing, if instead you phrase it as, I don't feel great when I perceive this thing, right? Because if you go out like in the accusatory way and say like, this is the stuff that you do and you're causing all this anxiety in my life, they're gonna immediately get defensive. And it's just a human thing. It's not because they're bad people. It's the fight or flight response, right? Like when somebody is being attacked or being aggressed, they immediately go into defense mode. So make sure you use those I phrases. Come with specific examples, because having had some of these conversations before myself, I find that oftentimes the response is like, oh, okay, well, when did I do that? Or like what specifically happened that made you feel like that? Or like I don't believe you. You're gonna have to show me an example of me actually doing that. So like, jot down some notes. That sounds cheesy, but like, do try to come with examples. They might ask. They'll probably ask.
Right, and to be honest, that the advice of like saying all your concerns as I feel, or is probably the best advice you're gonna get tonight, or any of these questions. Right, like
it took me a while to get to it, but I finally figured it out.
That applies in so many situations, because you really are perceiving your life from your own viewpoint, and it doesn't mean you're right or wrong, but regardless of whether you're right or wrong, this is you are explaining to other people like, this is my comfort zone and this is where I'm at, and even if you don't personally feel this way, this is what it means to continue a relationship with me. So
yeah, okay, this is in fact the best advice you're gonna get out of us.
Vinay
says pull up a PowerPoint presentation. That's totally the wrong way to go about it. You can't be too prepared, because then they're gonna think that you're really like you're really attacking them. Brian says put holes in the drywall. Do not do that. Do not do that. That's the whole like trope of like guys punching walls does not sit right with me.
Yeah, it's not physical abuse, but it's very abusive in general.
It's abuse adjacent.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Next question is also from Tito. This one is really good. Okay. How do I fend off the feeling of unwantedness when trying to get out there for dating? And there's more context in the Discord. I'll read it, but it was too much to put up on the screen. I keep getting ghosted with an already low hit rate. Oh, Tito. Oh, no. And while I have a strong sense of why I'm interesting and cool, and a good friend/partner, it's been difficult not to let my self-esteem slip when I put myself out there. This is a good one. Joshie, do you want to take it away? Because you're like a guy who's been in the dating pool before, so I feel like you might have more of a perspective of what it's like to be a guy who's out there.
Yeah, I mean, first off, you are cool, Tito. Like, anyone, that's obvious to literally everyone on the Discord or in this, social sphere in general. But,
Bruh.
I mean, it's hard. You go through a lot of rejection, right? And like, not you specifically, I just mean in general as a guy.
not you specifically, Tito,
Yeah,
but like guys in general have
Yeah.
a very low hit
And-
rate on the apps, and it's not your fault.
Yeah, I mean, this one's tough. It's just it's numbers, really, right? Like, there's a ton of people out there with a ton of different preferences, and
Women are
gotta
just
encounter-
numbers.
I mean, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying
Just
is
spray and pray, baby.
women aren't numbers, or there's not a formula to figure out. It's more like everyone has their personal preferences and things that they like, and like the reality is, I think dating apps work for a certain type of people, and those types of people are like extremely good-looking people. And if, like, from that point, like, social situations where you can show off your personality or have conversations before you even approach the subject of like dating or in general are, for us mere mortals, probably more successful, or at least make you feel better, right? Because like, even if like you don't get the bag or whatever, like you
Get
still
the bag.
you still have a positive interaction.
Like we're
right?
money.
And those positive interactions make you feel good. So, I mean, generally, I still think Tita is one of the coolest people on the planet. So,
Totally.
personally,
I agree.
no, Tita.
Yeah, apps are not a
women
good
aren't
way
the
to
bag.
showcase your personality. Women aren't the bag. We're calling women bags now.
Yeah.
No.
But
Well,
yeah, I mean, I want to look at the phrasing of the question, but you can add to this while I read it, because I'm looking at the Discord right now.
okay. I mean, I don't know. I think that the apps are Becky says something that I echo completely. I think the apps are a terrible way to date. I may be old-fashioned, but I think meeting organically is much better. The problem is, like, people don't leave their house anymore.
Yeah.
Like, people just don't. You have to meet people over the internet because nobody leaves their house anymore. Where are you gonna go to meet people? Like a bar? Who's just like showing up to a bar to socialize with strangers? People go to the bar with their friends now, and they're like not there to meet strangers. They're just there to have a good night. And in fact, as a woman, like, being approached by a stranger actually makes my night worse. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah. I mean, we don't need to turn this question into like how to meet people to date, right?
True,
I mean, if we
true.
were going down that route, I would say, like, if you're going to talk to people in social situations, I would say just be acquaintances first or friends, and if it goes that way, it goes that way. Like, the dating sites are different, and dating apps and sites are different because, like, those people are there specifically for that goal of dating, and it feels a little bit more artificial as a result of what you're trying to do. Unless you take it with a mentality of like, I'm just gonna hang out with these people and see what happens. But yeah, I think more along the line of like the unwantedness is just, you gotta realize it's not you, right? It's just that person is going, like, especially I have to imagine as a woman on those apps, you're going through like hundreds of people.
Yeah, she's getting dozens of messages.
Yeah. And it's like, even just there's some of it's probably pure luck, some of it's it's just
Bean says he goes to magic meetups, but no women there. Sorry, no women at magic meetups.
Yeah. You say bar scene. I like the bar scene's a little tough. It's I don't know.
Not
I
a
would
good
say-
way to showcase your personality also at the bar scene.
That's probably the better answer. Like, go to interest groups or something similar and, talk and just meet people and
Board games. Okay, ready? Here's all the wholesome women who want long-term relationships, right? and are also potentially freaks in the bedroom. Board games, okay? You gotta find the girl who got that Yahtzee, okay? You gotta find the girl who wants
Yahtzee.
to play. Shut the fuck up. What? I'm just trying to think of a generic board game. I didn't want to say Monopoly. I almost said Monopoly, and I was like, ugh, nobody likes Monopoly. Not one single person likes Monopoly. I don't know if I've ever even played Yahtzee. Shiny Pinky says I have a point. Sheena says facts, okay? Okay, this is verified now. This is blue check mark advice right there, okay? The girls you want, the best kind of girls, board game girls, okay? Bean says I like Monopoly. Colt, you like Monopoly? Ugh. Monopoly is great from Darkfire? What is wrong with you people? Play some better board games. You want to impress a board game girl? Go pick out some of those 2v2, not 2v2, the 2-player board games, 1 versus 1, okay? 2 that are my favorite. The one's called Patchwork. It's really good. And then the other one, if I can remember the name of it, it's called Journeys or Journey Travel to the West or something. It's hold on. I'm trying to remember what the board game is.
Well, so while you do that, Tito, I have a question for you. So, is this strictly women when you talk about this? Because, I don't know, if you need that confidence boost, just go for the guys. I'm sure you'll get it. Barry in spades.
That's incredible. Oh, it's called Lost Cities. Hit that board game girl with the awesome 2-player board games and be like, this game bottle of wine will put on whatever your favorite comfort TV show in the background is. That's a perfect date right there. That's a perfect date, and to use Joshie's words, you'll get your bag every time. Now I'm gonna move on because I just called women bags.
You might be pickier with men, but it's not about who you end up with. It's about getting those compliments, right? Get that, feel that. Men are not picky.
I don't know what's wrong with men, but men are not picky.
No, but Tito definitely seems like the type that men would drool over. I know that.
Spoken from first-hand experience? Huh? No, that's weird. I'm not gonna ship my friends. Okay. All right. How do you maybe I am, maybe I'm not. Okay, next question is from Thick. It's great. How do you make friends as an adult? This is sort of in the same vein. How do you even meet people nowadays when nobody leaves their house? Hello, Catherine. Hello, Too Fine. Yes, arson. Okay, but how do you make friends as an adult? Cannonball says you don't. That's a defeatist attitude. Listen, you can make friends as an adult. Bean had a great suggestion earlier, which was meetup groups. Bean goes to Magic the Gathering groups, but you can go to whatever your interest is. Yoga? I don't know. Do people do yoga?
Yeah, some people do.
Okay,
I mean,
bendy people.
In the vein of yoga, recreational sports leagues, the kind where people who aren't good at sports go to. Those are good because people are just there to be social, not be awesome at sports.
Yeah, so, you need to find the softball league, the intramural softball league, because I know for a fact all they do is drink. They get together at 2 p.m. on Sunday and they drink and they enjoy the sunshine. That's what you need to do. You need to join intramural softball.
Yeah, softball's a great one. Pickleball's great, but you have to find a match and then you're just matching with people. Pickleball's sometimes oddly competitive. Softball is probably the best example of people who just do it for the fuck of it and then go drink, right? That's a good one.
If they were serious, they'd play baseball. That's all I can say. Becky says she found her Japanese fashion community by searching Facebook. That's a good one. fashion communities, game communities like Dungeons and Dragons. I think Shadow mentioned D&D earlier.
And like legitimately
intramural sports.
Book clubs are still a thing, so
Book clubs.
yeah.
Book clubs, that's right. If you want to drink wine and read some trashy fiction and like bond with other people over, I mean, I guess some book clubs probably read like nonfiction, but I wouldn't join one of those.
Yeah. But at any rate, like
Frisbee
things you can
golf, that's a
interact
good
over.
one, Bean. Yeah, that's a great sport for drinking.
Yeah. But yeah, you gotta get. All these things are touching grass, is what you probably really gotta do to meet people. So.
Touching grass.
But is there any other advice aside from like do social activities? I mean, it feels like the only answer.
I guess that's true. Toad says, where do you find these groups? Also, hi Mario, hello, good to meet you. Where do you find these groups? Jeez. Well, okay. Facebook, as weird as that sounds, I know like people don't really have Facebook accounts anymore for good reason. But like Facebook was really big on groups. Like there's tons of groups on Facebook. Holy shit. Pinky, thank you for the 20 gifted memberships.
Holy.
Oh my god, Tony can vibe. Wait, no! I have to know whether Crazy Cookie is gonna get one this time. The water just keeps coming. Yo, Weasel got one. It just keeps going. No.
Yo, no. Pinky's a Chad.
Thank you, Pinky. Thank you for the 20 gifted subs. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. That was extremely based. Yo, Existential Bread got one. One of my favorite usernames of all time.
Yeah, those subs really do make Gilly wet.
Joshie, how dare you?
I'm just reading the chat.
I'm soaked. I'm gonna have to go change my clothes. I'm so hydrated now. That's right. I'm drenched.
I'm gonna hydrate.
Pinky, that was so sweet of you. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Okay.
But listen, yeah, you know, social groups, it's really a big one. And you find them...
Where do you find the groups? Facebook?
Yeah. You can just probably Google, like, interest plus your location and meet up and probably find something as well. So... Are you testing that? Clicky, clicky,
no. Clicky? No, I'm typing the next question in, but I'm, like, paraphrasing it, so...
Dating apps for social meetups? Tito, tell me more about that.
What? That's such a great idea. Does that exist? Eventbrite? Tito? Isn't Eventbrite like for concerts and stuff?
Yeah, local game store, but that's a very specific interest.
Okay, I think I've paraphrased this one basically correctly. Check me if I'm wrong. But the gaming nerd asked, how do you stay friends with someone like a classmate or a coworker after the like situation ends? You know, like when the class is over. How do you continue? How do you turn like a friendship of convenience into a long-term friendship? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Question makes sense.
Okay, good. I'm glad I paraphrased it okay.
Yeah, I mean...
LinkedIn? Craigslist? Do not go to Craigslist or LinkedIn for local meetups. LinkedIn is like maybe the most unhinged website on the planet. People just turn their like personal anecdotes into things related to business. I saw a post earlier today on LinkedIn, like it was a screenshot of somebody who said, I proposed to my girlfriend over the weekend. Here's what it taught me about B2B sales. I wanted to throw up. You saw that? I wanted to throw up when I saw it. LinkedIn is dead. LinkedIn is dead, internet.
It's fucking unhinged. But listen.
It's so unhinged, the worst.
But this actually ties into the last question because, like, I guess one of the things that's worth talking about when trying to make friends is you have to put yourself in situations where you see and talk to the same people repeatedly, right? So, and in this particular question, you need to form that social connection by having those conversations before whatever the temporary situation ends is. And then obviously, like, that person needs to vibe with you too. Like, it's not...
Oh my god, it's Shimmer!
Shimmer!
Welcome to the Sporters! Ah! Oh my god, the water keeps coming! Please stop! Please stop the water! Why is it still coming? No! What is going on? This is too much! Oh my god! Because I broke the blueprint, but I'm fixing it right now, so don't worry. Don't worry about a thing.
Is it based off of, like, how many members have been signed up so far this stream?
No. No, it's not. It's based off of I'm an idiot. Okay. Let's see.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of things to say to this question, right? So use that time to form that social relationship and, you know, squeeze an interest. There's things that are worth saying here, though, are like, you have to bring up subjects based on what you notice about that person. You also, like, as you have these conversations, you have to, like, give something of value about yourself, right? Like, why would this person continue to be your friend? It's not just, oh, it's an interest. It's, hey, you should be friends with me because of X. Like, you don't say that out loud, but, like, you should be putting that out there because that's what makes people want to stay around you, you know?
I had a way simpler thought as soon as I read this question. I was just like, you just have to shoot your shot. You know, like, when you're a friend of convenience to somebody, like, have you ever heard the term, like, work wife or, like, work husband or work friend or something? It's like when you get really close to a coworker, but purely out of convenience because you're the only two people there who are tolerable and like each other. And you just like need that relationship to hang on to something so you don't lose your mind at work. And then if the work situation changes, if you change jobs or whatever, like change offices, convert that, just shoot your shot. If you want to convert that to a long-term friendship, just be like, hey, do you want to do something this weekend? You want to come over and play board games? There you go. Bring the board games back into it. Invite them out, or, like, you know, just ask them. Take it to the next level. Listen, take your friendship to the next level. Shoot your shot before the class is over.
Yeah, like I said, what I would add to that, though, is that you've had this shown that you are interesting outside of, like, that shared thread of work alone, though, or else, like, that shot has less likely to.
But how do you show that if you haven't shot the shot?
You show your other interest at work, or, like.
Okay, so like, wear your Dungeons and Dragons shirt to class every day, so that everybody knows you're really into Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah. That's guaranteed to work.
Whatever it is, right? But, like, you have to have a reason to interact or have conversations beyond just, like, oh, we're talking about classwork or real work or whatever it is. Like, that at that point, when you're about the part and you're trying to convert that friendship, there's a reason for it. Besides just, like, I've grown attached to you, and that's, like, the sheer reason, because that's less likely to be successful on its own.
Yeah. Brian says stickers on notebooks and laptops. That's a good idea. That's not a bad idea. Wolf says, what does A stand for? Arson. Yes, of course. Darkfire says, do you want a friendship, a relationship? Go to college. Yeah, I mean, classes are great places to meet everybody. Listen, like, if it's a college class, chances are you have a shared interest because you have the same major or you're taking the same elective, right? You can always bond over that. If you're, if your elective is, like, musicology, you know, like, chances are you both have an interest in music. So chat them up about music. Like, the class itself could be an interesting jumping off point for sharing your interests and trying to make a connection, right?
Right, but it still has to go beyond the class because obviously everyone in that class shares that base interest, so Like, you have to enhance it.
Yes, but
to be
I'm
favorable.
the coolest person who
Yeah.
shares that interest.
Yep.
Also, Barson. Tito says go to college and never pay. Is that like evading taxes? Evading tuition payments is the next level of evading taxes. You thought it was cool to avoid paying taxes to the federal government. It's even cooler to avoid paying tuition to your institution of higher learning.
Well, no, you pay the tuition with the money you borrowed, and you don't pay the bank, because the bank is even worse.
Oh, yeah, because fuck the bank. Got it, right.
Yeah. Fuck banks.
Did we give any useful advice? I don't know if any of this advice is good. That's why there's an asterisk. Listen, I never promised the advice would be good. I just suggested that the advice might be good. It potentially could be good. It's not guaranteed.
I think the likely outcome after watching this stream is Gaming Nerd may make a friend, but will fuck over a bank, so...
Yes! That's a great outcome. I'll take that.
Yeah.
Okay, this question is one of my favorites from Xavier. How to combat procrastination. I have a personal saying that I think I adapted it from something, but I call it eating your broccoli. And basically the thought here is that you have to eat your broccoli before you can eat your cupcake. And if your cupcake is something you really want to do, like either it's a fun bit of work, or it's like playing your game, or going outside and hanging with your friends from your intramural softball league, before you can eat your cupcake, you have to eat your broccoli. And so if you pair the thing you're procrastinating on, like doing your laundry, or doing that bit of work that really sucks and that you hate doing, but you have to do it anyway. If you just think of it as eating your broccoli before eating your cupcake, it can be a lot easier to motivate yourself to get through it. So yeah, that's my saying. If that helps at all, you can borrow it. Eat your broccoli.
I mean, the way I get through it, and I will, disclaimer here, I procrastinate all the time, so I'm not the best one to give advice here. But if I can tie the thing I need to do with a good outcome to me personally, then I'm more likely to do it, right? So, like, cleaning my house sucks, but being able to have friends over without thinking about the fact that my house is dirty is great. So those two things tie together, and then cleaning the house becomes a favorable thing to do. It's just things of that nature, right?
Okay. Wait, who said eat your scorpions? That's a terrible idea. Blinks, no. Do not eat your scorpions. I have to answer JJK Finn because I feel like they're having a conniption. I don't go to school. I'm a mushroom. Do I look like I go to school? I'm a magical fairy creature that walked out of the forest. I do not go to school. Oh, hey, it's A! Hi, A. And bye, A. You're just appearing to claim some caps. Well, hello and goodbye.
Now, advice question, Gilly. Should you go to school? Should you go to school?
Do you wear wigs? When will you wear wigs? The way you asked that sounded exactly like that interview with Elijah Wood.
Do you plan on going to school?
Will you go to school? When will you go to school? I will not. School is for losers. No, I'm just kidding. School is for smart people. Yeah, if I was smart, I would go to school, but I'm not. So, it would probably be a good idea to go and like learn math and how to read and stuff. But humans can handle that stuff. I'm just gonna dance around in the woods under the moonlight. So, okay. How to grow. Oh my goodness, Amma! Hi! Thank you so much for the membership. Welcome to the Spores! And now I'm gonna get splashed for like 30 seconds! What? I can hear Joshie hydrating!
Yeah.
I can hear the bottle opening.
23 people have made Gilly wet.
Excuse me. No, it was it was 3 people plus Shiny Pinky. It's really because of Shiny Pinky, I'm absolutely soaked. Well, welcome to the Sporters, Alma. Oh my god, everybody's showing off their degrees in chat now? Darkfire got an applied science major in computer arts and multimedia design. That's very impressive. I don't know what any of those words mean, but that is very impressive.
I will say, not going to school is also a valid path in life, though. Because I did it.
That's true.
And I do well, so.
Hello, Toothless Fan. Hi, good to see you. All right, let's do another question. This one's for me. Because the question is, how to grow as VTuber, and it's from Moshiki. Wait a second, I skipped one. I skipped how to be a cool person like Joshie, but I think that much should be obvious by the end of the stream.
You can go back to it later. Okay,
later. How to grow as VTuber. I wish I had a great answer for this. I don't have a great answer. I've like been thinking about making a series of like basic marketing 101 for VTuber videos, because I feel like a lot of VTubers, they like look into being successful. They either like get a big break by being connected with somebody, or they have a really big debut and it just sort of sticks and then it takes off from there. They go viral for one thing. Like, that's my excuse. I went viral for one thing, and that's my like gamer mom video. And I guess now apparently it's my A is for arson video.
Yeah, you went viral for stealing that audio.
I know, right? No, it's a Drumsy audio. I never represented that it wasn't. But yo, hey Drumsy. But Tito says tall boy, right? And so I think people just occasionally just hit on a like one really lucky break. But the question is, in a world where you have to go viral in order to be successful, how do you maximize your chances of going viral? And I do have an interesting, I think, answer for that question. How do you maximize your chances of going viral? And I think the answer to that is experiment. A lot of people, they lock in and they dig in their heels and they get into like this routine of doing the same content every single time, where they'll either make the same type of short, the same outfit, background, audio style, like I'm just gonna stare at the camera and say something funny 10 seconds long. Like, they'll make the same content every single time, or they'll do the same stream every single time. They'll just do gaming streams, or they'll just do singing streams, and they don't experiment. And so if you're not experiencing success with the formula you're using right now, do something else. Like, that's my best piece of advice, is experiment. Try everything. Try something else, because there's a piece of really bad advice that goes around a lot that I see all the time on Twitter, which is just keep going and someday you'll make it. That is not true. I love you all so much, but that is not true. If you are doing the same thing and streaming to 0 viewers or 3 viewers or whatever, and you're doing the exact same thing every single time, you're not gonna wake up one morning and go live and suddenly be streaming to 500 people. Change it up, experiment, change the formula. Brian loves this advice. Okay, thank you. Change the formula, try something else, experiment. That's my best advice for how to grow as a VTuber. Eventually people are gonna like something, then try doing more of that thing. And then if that wears off and people stop liking that, try something else. There you go. That's my best advice on how to grow as a VTuber's experiment.
I'm not a VTuber, but I observe obviously VTubers and mostly Gilly here. But I would also add, don't get married to one platform, right? If you feel like you're hitting a wall, spread your content and like spread your ideas.
Yeah, spread them.
Between platforms, spread them.
Spread them way open. Spread them apart.
Because, like, watching Gilly's growth, like, TikTok was originally the thing, but like Instagram Instagram definitely opened up something big when it got more of a focus too.
Oh,
and
yeah.
In turn, made TikTok somehow successful again too. So
I don't know. TikTok still doesn't like me right now, but Dark Fire says wear a condom. Yes, if you're spreading them wide open, just make sure you're going in with protection.
It was a little suspicious.
Yeah, it was a little sus. Toadlord says simple clickbait, which is actually another interesting point. Is headlines, you gotta get really good at writing headlines. I'm not the best. I'm not out there saying like I'm writing the best headlines in the business, because I'm not. But headlines are super important. Like really catchy, enticing ones that incite curiosity, right? Like, getting really good at headline writing, also a super important skill for content creators.
Tito's got it.
No, get better at No, lines. You can't just say head. You have to say headlines. Tito. Becky, also be authentic and be yourself. Yes, that too. It's so much easier to make relatable, like interesting content if you're not acting the whole time, if you're not like putting on airs and trying to like pretend to have a personality that you don't. It's gonna come across as so unnatural and so unappealing. So just, be yourself, be authentic, be you.
Unless you're terrible and mean to people, then be less you. That probably won't.
If you're terrible and mean to people, maybe don't be a content creator. Maybe go to therapy or something. All right, should I get another question? Should I pull up how to be a cool person like Joshie?
That's easy to answer, which is that.
Yippee!
Are you putting it up? Do I have to
Yeah,
wait?
sure. Whatever.
Right.
I'll do it.
Dramatic.
I'll do whatever.
Listen, it's really easy.
Listening.
Bruh.
Everyone is cool. It's that simple. Just be yourself.
Bruh.
Like, just authentically be yourself, and you'll be cool to somebody. So.
That's so sweet. That's the sweetest advice of the night. I didn't think that was going to come from Joshie.
No, but like seriously, it's people don't like when they feel like they're being manipulated or like you're presenting a fake front, and like people are pretty attuned to that. It's just if you're trying to be cool by being something you're not, so to speak, or even it's just be yourself. It's the best way to be cool.
Yeah, I agree. I gotta change the music. It's driving me crazy.
What Becky says is true. You're cool because you don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Becky said that. Joshie's cool because he don't give a fuck. She did say that. I wasn't expecting that. Vinay says have purple eyes and a necklace. That might be true too.
Oh, how can you be a tool? I don't know.
What? No. I think like your style also contributes to your coolness. Accessorizing. Listen, accessorizing is a very important skill. Putting the layered necklaces, and the earrings ready, that, accessorizing, being able to put together a really good outfit, that's very important to, conveying yourself as a cool person, I suppose.
Well, looking cool isn't the only way to be cool, but there is some truth that looking cool is cool.
Looking cool is pretty cool. I mean, being cool is cool too, but looking cool is also really cool. How about both? All right, we got a good question coming up from Scrap. I don't feel that I'm a particularly creative person, and I always get bad writers/artist block. How can I overcome these blocks and become a more creative person in general? I have so many thoughts about this. So many thoughts. Creativity is a skill that is learned and practiced and improved. You don't have to... Nobody's born a creative person. Becky says read more books. That's true. That's true too. But people are just naturally creative. they hone that skill like by practicing all the time. People who I say something super weird all the time, which is that I love your brain. Whenever I meet somebody who just has the most creative or unhinged or off the rails thought process, I'll say to them like, I love your brain. But if you want that kind of brain, like if you want to be that kind of person that other people are like, you are so creative. How did you come up with that? I love that. How did you even think of that? You practice, right? One of the best things that I did when I was starting out, I work in a creative field. I'm not going to tell everybody what it is. I'm not self-doxing tonight. But when I was starting out, one of the best things I did for myself was morning pages. Every morning, I would start by writing 3 pages. I had a big ass notebook, empty paper, just unlined blank white paper. Oh, Brian, you've started telling your friends that I love your brain too. That's wonderful. Okay, but morning pages. Lunarfly, we're not doxing. Yes, okay. Morning pages. Every morning, open up your big ass blank notebook and fill up. Just make a commitment to yourself that you're gonna fill 3 pages, and it can be anything. Anything. It could be like creative writing. It could be a watercolor painting. It could be a scrapbook of just like cuttings from your favorite magazines or like pictures that really inspired you recently. Just anything that you can do to fill up 3 pages with creative stuff. And eventually, you'll start to see those pages become more and more interesting. Like the coolest thing about my notebook, and I can go back and look at it sometimes when I'm feeling blue, is that in the beginning, it was all writing. And it was like really pedestrian too. It was like, I felt tired this morning, so I drank 2 cups of coffee instead of 1. It was all so pedestrian in the beginning. It was the worst. And I was obviously struggling to fill up 3 pages. And then at the end of the notebook, it was like full of like glued in stuff, like leaves that I found outside and like random watercolor paintings and just all sorts of stuff. I was like cutting up the papers and rearranging them and doing all sorts of things, like fold out pages. Some of them were like glued in and you could open them so the pages were extra wide. Like if you commit to doing your 3 pages every single morning, you will literally see yourself becoming more creative over time as that notebook fills up. And then you'll have this amazing artifact, this super cool notebook that's just like a testament to your hard work and your personal growth. So I recommend everybody do this, just like every human ever. But scrap, especially you if you want to improve your creativity. Sorry, I just totally commandeered that one, Joshie.
No, it's fine. You're in a more creative field than me. So I'm a musician and I'm in engineering, but it's creative adjacent because I have to come up with quite a few ideas. The only thing I could say that helps me is I try to consume as much as I can, like fiction, nonfiction, visual stuff, listening to music, whatever it may be. And I think what helps is like if I'm going down some type of path, like I'm writing something or I'm drawing something, and like I see one concept I put on that paper and I've consumed all this media, it's like, well, I can now link that one concept to like a whole branch of possibilities that I probably wouldn't have if I didn't consume things outside my comfort zone. So I just really like consume all the art you can, all the music you can, like get out of like your own personal interests and just see what's out there in the world.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Just check out what other artists, other creative people are doing. Read more, look at art more, listen to more music. That's so true. Hello, let's see. Lindbergh says, hi, Arson. Hello, Lindbergh. My name's Gilly, but I'll take it. Okay. All right.
What?
Oh, Lynx has a really good bit of advice. In order to maintain my creativity/imaginary elasticity. I love that phrase. I've never heard that before. Imaginary elasticity. How incredible. I meditate physically and situationally impossible scenarios. That's so cool. Meditating is interesting. Meditating and visualization. That's really interesting. I never thought about using meditation to improve my creativity, but I can definitely see how that interplays. Yeah, right, Joshie? Joshie looks like he's reading the chat.
Yeah, I was reading the chat, but also I'm like mildly upset that Link's hat wasn't a person who won roulette of membership yet.
No, you're right. No, Link's hat doesn't have a membership. That's so sad. He definitely deserves one. Hey, Scrap is in the chat. Yeah, helping my partner make a visual novel I want to contribute to more than just the technical side. Oh, that's a great idea. Like, sometimes when you are working with a partner, it can actually be way easier to be creative. I love working with people from other disciplines because you can totally, like, bounce off of each other, and you can say, like, what if, that, oh my god, no! Oh my god, Shiny Pinky's trying to hit Links with that gift membership. Ah! Pinky, thank you so much! Oh my god! Oh my god! Pinky is so goated! Yes, you're right, user kun. Oh my god. Ah! Why am I being slimed so much tonight?
Man. Pinky's at C2 tonight, that's for sure.
Pinky's got the Gilly C2.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I'm so hydrated. I'm so I'm beyond hydrated. I'm soaked. I'm overwatered.
It's funny though, you actually said the thought that I had lost listening to
what?
you.
I forgot. What was I about to say?
Like the bouncing ideas off of other people.
Yeah.
Like, if you hit a rut, just like, here's my idea, and it's like someone will throw in like a little nugget that'll open it up, right? I've been
Tito
fortunate enough
C2 was a reference to Constellation 2, which is what happens when you get a Genshin character more than once from the gacha. Okay, but yes. But bouncing ideas off each other, totally, 100%.
I'm always happy when Gilly tells me an idea, and like maybe out of hundreds of videos I've contributed 3 times, but it feels good, so.
It's so much more fun being creative with a partner. Tony, is this what a close-up of watering the plants looks like? It's much more exciting than watering the plants. Now I'm imagining, I have a garden and I watered the plants like a couple days ago, but and now I'm imagining that like it was just like, oh god, why are you soaking me? I'm so wet, please stop, while I was showering it. That's a really weird visual, but
cool.
Cool. It's a cool story, bro. That was the ultimate cool story, bro moment. Oh my god. Okay, I'm quitting streaming forever. Tito had another question in this channel, piggybacking off of Moshiki's How to Grow as a VTuber. A follow-up, how do you build your audience in general? I want more people to see my work. I think I probably answered that adequately with experiment. Never stop trying new things. So I'm going to go to Link's hat's question. Hey Lynx, I know you're in the chat, so this is exciting. Alright, popping it up in 3, 2, 1. I need to have a very unpleasant conversation soon, and as much as I don't want to, I'll have to hurt that person's feelings. What are some ways I can make it go as smoothly and painlessly as possible? Oh my god, you're doing the freaking poses. Okay. He'll have to hurt that person's feelings. Jeez. You have to? You have to? Is this like a breakup? Oh my god. What are some ways?
Yeah,
you want to go?
I mean, like, you don't need to speculate on the situation, I guess, insofar as like you are this, it bothers me this way, and that's going to hurt. So I guess like that probably is adequate enough to set a frame for this question. But
SV Gaming, if you have a question, you can pop it into the YouTube Q&A, by the way. And Lindbergh, no, I'm not Arson, I'm Gilly. Yeah, okay, I'm not going to speculate on the nature of the conversation, but yes, I statements, as Becky rightly points out, I statements are always good. I feel some sort of way, because when such and such happens, this makes me react in da-da-da-da-da way. Just try not to be accusatory, try not to make it like, the old adage is, it's not you, it's me, right? But, like, as much as you can phrase it in an it's not you, it's me way, they'll tend to receive the news a lot better. Also, just, empathize, I think. Like, sandwich the hard stuff in between good things. This is like...
The compliment sandwich?
This is the compliment sandwich. It's been really great. I really enjoy blah blah blah, but you know, this other thing is affecting me, blah blah blah. But you know, I really think that you're great, blah blah blah, right? Like the compliment sandwich helps. And empathize with the fact that this is a hard conversation. Like I like to open up hard conversations with something like, I know this is really tough. You know, like, having this conversation sucks. I totally get it. And I completely understand if you need to take a break or if you have questions. Like, I am so happy to answer any questions you have. This is never easy. Like, just empathizing with the fact that not only is the conversation is hard, but like responding, forming thoughts, responding, and reacting is going to be like really difficult for them in live time. So yeah, empathize, understand, be sympathetic.
I want to riff off of what Tito's saying here, which is sometimes it's nice to write some of it down in the letter. They can also feel like you're not confronting it. Don't give them a letter. But,
oh yeah, and don't read the letter either.
But
don't like unfold it and be like, ahem, dear so and so.
No, yeah, don't like read it word for word. But I think having the notes keeps you focused, because once you're in an emotional situation, it's very easy to lose your thoughts or change what you're going to say, and you need something to ground you. So like having your thoughts on paper, and like, it's embarrassing or not, just say like, listen, I don't want to lose focus, so this is why I'm pulling out this piece of paper, whatever you're doing, right? But it's like you
write it on your hand. No, I'm just kidding, don't do that.
It is a necessary tool. It absolutely, it's very easy to get derailed in a high stress situation like this. And the only other thing I would say is, like, you know, after breaking the news, and like I said, it really, we don't understand this particular situation you're in, but give that person the adequate space they need, or at least like don't be the reason why the aftermath also sucks more than it could, right? Like that's a general statement that you could apply as you need to whatever this particular Band-Aid ripoff is.
A lot of people are like hitting on the letter thing. Brian agrees. Ellen agrees. I see a lot of folks are like resonating with the letter thing. I need to do a better job of this personally, because I'm the person who starts the conversation and then totally changes the goalposts.
I don't even know what a goalpost is. Like,
I just keep running. I just keep running until I'm way past the end zone. I'm out of the arena. I'm in the next state. I'm still running.
Like, by the time I'm done, like 5 other problems have come up.
That's the worst way to have an argument. Okay, so I'm jumping on the letter train too. I'm jumping on the letter train. Brian just called me Gilly Gump. Thank you. Pinky, the notes app on your phone. That's an interesting idea. I feel like that's a double-edged sword, because the notes app is so easy to use, but also like looking at your phone during a high-stress conversation can make it so much worse.
Yeah, I'm gonna put personal bias in here, but like, if I'm having one-on-one interaction with someone and they're constantly looking at their phone, it's just a rage trigger. So I keep it analog paper. Like, no, that thing is about your thoughts, and definitely not like you're browsing TikTok while chewing me out. Like, it's
yeah, whatever you do not browse TikTok. When you're having a difficult conversation, just like pull up some like gameplay footage of Subway Surfers. Hold your phone up like right under their face while you're talking. That makes the conversation so much easier.
But this is another situation where a PowerPoint is inappropriate.
Don't use a PowerPoint. Do not use a PowerPoint. Index cards. All right, let's see. Next question is from Brian. This is great. Do you have any advice for staying engaged and coming up with what to say next in conversation? Oftentimes I'll lose interest mid-conversation and start daydreaming, fidgeting, or run off and go do whatever activity instead of talking. Are these real conversations that you literally just turn around and walk away? Or are these like online conversations?
Yeah, I am curious if it's real or online. Like,
please, you do not. Please tell me, Brian, that somebody's telling you about their day and you just like turn around and walk straight in the opposite direction. I love that, but that's the worst thing I've ever heard.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, a little bit more context is needed for the particular conversation, right? Like, if you want to stay engaged, like, if that's your goal, that's one thing, but like if it's a conversation you're just disinterested in anyway and you don't want to be there, I would just find a way to excuse myself. I'm gonna circle back on this after Gilly talks though.
Okay, all right, you've got so many thoughts, you need to take a break and let me go. I get in my head too. So Ellen's saying some interesting stuff. She gets too socially anxious, doesn't even pay attention to what people are saying. That has definitely happened to me, where I'm like, I'm more concerned about coming across as natural and not being awkward that I'm thinking so intensely about not being awkward that I have completely forgotten what the conversation was. Like that happens totally. That happens, I think, to everybody. I hope to everybody. Maybe I'm just that awkward. But like not interjecting, but like responding and using reflective listening can help a lot for me. Just saying like, oh, that's interesting, you know, like ask a question about what they just said. Or like, oh, yeah, I totally get that. That happens to me too. Like finding ways to make it so that the rhythm of the conversation isn't so much that they're talking at you. The more they're talking at you and you're just in a sort of like listening, receiving position, that gets boring really fast, and it's easy to daydream or totally forget what's going on or lose the thread if they're just like lecturing, you know? So try to just like insert yourself and be a more active participant in the conversation. Ask questions, empathize, be like, oh, I totally get why that would happen. Just like, you know, make it, instead of like making it a lecture where they're just talking at you, make it like a ping pong match. Try and go like back and forth as much as you can. That should help you stay engaged. It works for me. I tend to ask a lot of questions. When I'm talking to folks, I am constantly like, oh my God, that's so interesting. Wait a second. Tell me more about that. Or like, oh my God, where did you get that? I love it. Or really? You did that? I can't believe that. You know, just like I tend to ask a lot of questions, and that helps me stay engaged. I
want to play devil's advocate here.
Oh my God, sure.
Listen,
sure, you literally have horns.
Haha. Listen, in this situation though, like, what if that's your strategy, but you're not getting the opening? Like, how do you handle that?
Oh, like they're just like talking a storm and they never stop?
Yeah. Because that's what I imagine.
Sometimes people like, I don't know. I think you can interrupt after a certain point in time, right? Like as much as interrupting is rude, talking nonstop without providing an opening is also rude. So I think you can just sort of like shock them a little bit out of their complacency by like interrupting.
Like, oh shit, I broke this glass. But by the way, what you're saying sounds interesting because...
No! Not like that. Not like that. No. Just like, if somebody was telling a really long story and they weren't giving any signs of stopping, you just feel free to just start saying like, oh wow, like that's wild. You know, just say it. Like, it's interrupting is okay. Interjecting. Let's call it interjecting. It sounds less rude if we don't say interrupting.
Yeah.
Tito says folks who don't make space for you to respond don't always care about your participation. That's true. That's when you just pull a Brian. That's when you just turn around and walk away.
Yeah. So the other thing is, like, when I see this question, I wonder if it's indicative of, like, is this the only situation this type of attention span happens in, or like is it just the most embarrassing version of the situation where it happens and like it happens, right? Like,
yeah. Does it happen all the time or only when they're a terrible conversationalist? Because like that's not on you. That's not your bad. You're fine.
no, I just mean like a short attention span in general. Like, I guess, are you capable of holding long-term attention towards subjects in
Oh my
general?
god.
Yeah.
Ryan just came back and said when I run, it's usually when boozed up and I have the zoomies. Okay. All right. We have all the information we need. We can move on now.
Yeah. So then that's like the question. The answer is drink less and then...
Drink less! Oh my god, Lindbergh, you're up in night to watch this live. Well, I hope you're enjoying it, and I hope you get enough sleep. Please get the sleep you need. And
Yeah,
good night,
I think-
Amma. Amma's going to bed. Good night, Amma.
How are we doing? We haven't even hit YouTube. and
We
there's a
haven't
few
even
left of
hit
the-
you. We gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta get the zoomies.
All right. Skip the troll ones. Let's
I am. Listen. I am skipping the troll ones.
I know which one's coming up next that's not a troll one, and I'm excited.
This is the one you're excited about. Me too. Ellen says, any advice on how to stay on top of weekly meal planning? I'll usually make a solid plan and get groceries, but then slip-ups will happen, like I have to work later, I'm too tired to cook. Basically, my whole plan falls apart. Okay, if you give up midweek, don't make week-long plans. That's the crux of my advice. I too used to think meal planning had to be weekly, and it was so stressful. It was so freaking stressful. Trying not only like having to come up with 7 recipes that were all like different and interesting and I would actually want to eat them, but also buying all the groceries and trying to plan like, oh my god, okay, so strawberries go bad within like 2 days, so that has to be the first meal. And fish goes bad really quickly, but like the ground beef will probably last until Friday. And thinking about all that shit is so stressful, and it sets you up for failure. Because you can never plan that well. Like real people's lives, they have detours and changes and unexpected things pop up. You know, you can't meal plan for a week. So meal plan for 3 days. Like my magic number that I've settled on at this point is like 2 to 3 days maximum. Yes, Tito says weekend and midweek. That's absolutely true. Becky says 3-day stints. 100%. Ooh, Bailey's got an interesting point too. Make a big dinner once or twice a week and take the leftovers. That's a great idea too. So like 2 to 3 days, 2 to 3 meals, plan to fail, right? Build in room for yourself to fail.
And what
yeah.
what I would add is like those like one pot meals, whether you buy it already done from the grocery store or like when you do have some downtime, like prepare at least one meal a week that like you put back in the fridge or the freezer, and it's just easy to throw in because like either you're gonna need it because you get too tired one day, or you're not tired and you just still have it and you do it anyway, right? So it's like that backup should always
100%.
be there. But like also like I know most grocery delivery services have like a monthly membership now, so delivery's essentially free every time you get it. So like don't be afraid to order 2 or 3 times a week. Like I used to pay a delivery fee, so it's like I'm gonna only do this once, I'm gonna order once a week, and it's like I got a membership but I never lost that mentality until I did. Like it took a much longer time for some reason to realize that.
I'm moderately terrified because I think everybody just heard me burp.
I didn't, but now I know.
Okay, thank God. Okay. I just had a Brian moment where I have no idea what you just said because for the past 15 seconds, I've just been thinking about whether everybody heard me burp.
Okay, cliff notes.
Okay.
Meals that are prepared, like one pot meals, or you did it yourself at least once a week. You have it on hand.
Okay.
And multiple
One pot
deliveries a
meals,
week if
got
you
it.
use a delivery. If you use a delivery service, because
Okay.
like most people pay monthly membership these
Yeah,
days or whatever.
Got it.
So
Got it. Okay. Okay. All right. That's good.
and also
All right.
like I do like
we got more.
yeah, I do like sometimes like feeling inspired enough to like after work just go to the grocery store or your local farmer's market or whatever and get like just buy the ingredients literally for one meal. Like and being inspired to do that. That's a good one.
Yeah. Don't be afraid to have sandwiches for dinner.
No, that's true too.
Like, one of the... I like feel like I unlocked an achievement when I realized that I could eat lunch for dinner. Because lunch foods are so easy, right? Like, it's like a salad or like a sandwich or something super simple. You know, you can also have simple things for dinner, right? Like, you can have a sandwich for dinner. It's fine. No, the police aren't going to roll up and arrest you. Soup! Bailey says perpetual soup. Oh my god. That's such a good idea. I need one of those.
Yeah, leftovers. Someone already said leftovers, but like making a stew and then having it, like, it just gets better. Like, it's like, it was good when I made it. It's better the next day when I didn't have to do any work and it still tastes good. Like, it's awesome.
Oh my god, pasta sauce. Pasta sauce.
Yeah.
Pasta sauce is so unbelievably easy to make yourself. And the longer you cook it, the better it gets. Okay. All right. I'm going to roll through Shadow's really quickly. Shadow said, how do I make that perfect fluffy rice that is delicious? Rice cooker. Specifically a zojirushi. A zojirushi rice cooker. You'll have perfect rice every time. It'll make you feel like you're at a Japanese restaurant.
Concur.
Okay.
Done.
Okay. We have an interesting one that I could probably talk about forever from Sulky. Sulky's question. I'm just going to take the sort of like summary he posted at the end because it's rather long. But what are some ways I can cope and make exams easier on myself mentally and physically? Long story short, I'm scared of failure, and it's been affecting Sulky when he goes to take his exams. I'll give a little bit more context, I think. I have 2 more exams and 2 finals, and as we near the time of each, I start to panic a lot. Not because I'm scared of not passing, but because I'm scared that I will make one silly mistake and that I don't notice that affects my exam entirely. So, like, the fear of making a mistake leads to mistakes. It's like a self-realizing, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, which is really a tough one to get through because it's a cycle. It's a cycle that you have to figure out how to break. I don't have great advice. I still have nightmares about college, so I don't have great advice about this one. Becky says, learning happens when you spend time with the material, take a break, and review the material. That's true. Breaks are actually super important. Letting the stuff marinate. Yeah?
I don't think the issues here is a lack of knowledge or preparedness. I think it's messing up from like the stress of the situation itself, which I think applies to more than just exams, right? And I guess the question is, do you have any advice there? And the reason why I'm asking you is because I honestly do really well in situations that are supposed to be stressful in terms of like my decision making.
And
I'm gonna make bad
don't.
Decisions.
No, you're
I'm
right,
gonna make
though.
bad decisions because I'm bad at making decisions, not because of stress. So like the question is, how do you combat that?
How do you combat test anxiety?
Or any anxiety, like being the reason why you actually fail at a situation, right? Like, because that's really the crux of the issue.
I mean, like, the best advice I ever heard was do it scared. I think there's a power in realizing that you're scared and acknowledging it and then accepting it. Right? Like, if you approach fear from the standpoint of, like, I have to cure it in order to function. Like, I have to be able to get rid of my fear in order to do the exam or to perform on stage or to do anything, deliver a speech. You're going to be stuck in this cycle forever because you can't get rid of fear. Once you realize that the fear is just a part of doing it and you learn how to work around the fear, I think that there's power in that. Yeah, Becky says courage is being scared as hell, but saddling up anyway. That's it right there. And I think there's also some sort of like cognitive behavioral therapy stuff that you could do. Like there are ways that you can like do deep breathing exercises and meditations and visualizations that will help you like get that heart rate down, get that breathing under control. get like the physical fear responses under control, because a lot of the fear response is physical, right? Like it's the racing heart and the sweaty palms. And there are some CBT things like you can do to help ease those kinds of symptoms, but like figuring out how to do it with the fear, to live with the fear, make it part of you and be okay with it, sit with it and do the exam anyway, that's the trick. Like the fear doesn't go away.
Yeah,
it doesn't go away. Why is everybody so excited about CBT in the chat?
So for you Freeran fans, just channel your inner Eisen. That's the
what
idea.
Is that, what did Eisen say?
Eisen always talked about how he was afraid before he went into any battle.
Oh, I remember that. That's right. Channel your inner Eisen. He did have that monologue about like he was always terrified, but he did it anyway, and that's what being a hero is. It was yeah. Do it anyway. Do it scared. Do it scared.
Do it scared.
Wait, no. Oh no. Apparently CBT also stands for something else, so couch and ball torment. Thanks, usercun. CBT also stands for cognitive behavioral therapy, which is a non-medicated therapy program where you can like learn how to learn coping mechanisms for different like thought pathways or physical pathways. So anyway, look it up. CBT. No. Don't Google CBT. Google cognitive behavioral therapy.
Oh man, Ellen, Greg's cool as hell.
What?
He was just talking about Eisen apparently.
Nice, awesome. We stand Freeran in this chat.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Oh, whoa! We came up to Tito's question. Can you give me advice on how to be the style icon of my dreams? Joshie, I think you should take this one because my style advice is like copy and paste other people's style, which is not good advice. It's not becoming an icon.
I don't know. When I'm putting on an outfit, I'm like, do I think this looks good? Do I feel cool enough, or do I feel expressive, or like am I going to stand out enough? And if the answer feels like no, like if I walked into a crowd, do I feel like I'm going to get lost? Then I'm going to keep fucking it up until like I get to that point where like this is outrageous, right? And like
the advice is keep fucking it up. I love it.
I don't feel like there's bad fashion when you like if it's outrageous, it's good because outrageous is always good. It's just
Vinay says get a girl to pick out the clothes for you. And yes, Sulky, we were talking about CBT on your question. But how did you know?
Gilly mentioned this earlier. Layers, accessories, and like sometimes some of the coolest looking stuff is some of the cheapest. So, like fast fashion if you have to go that route. If there's a trade-off between like affordability and like world friendliness, but oh
my god, I cannot get into the ethics of the textile industry.
I'm just gonna bypass
there's a lot to
that.
unwrap that. There's so much to unwrap there.
But also, like, it's crazy to me this question's coming from Tito because whenever he posts his outfit, it's fucking fire. So
I know Tito is a style icon.
Yeah.
How is Tito? We should be taking this advice from you, Tito. I think the Twitter thread you linked that I read about Kermit the Frog, apparently, I didn't know this before reading this on Twitter. You can still learn some interesting things on Twitter these days. Was that Kermit the Frog is a freaking style icon. He's so well dressed in everything. He has these amazing suits. He has like incredible sweaters, scarves, accessories. He's got an outfit for every situation. But the overarching advice from this thread about Kermit the Frog was that style is it's all about cultural references. So if you're trying to do like a comfortable summer outfit and you kind of want to look like a fisherman, like reference those vintage photographs of fishermen, like wear something that really evokes that culture, wear items that all harken back to that culture, right? Like think about what your outfit is saying as much as what it looks like, and think about how it all looks together and not just how individual pieces look. But I'm not the person you want to ask about style advice.
Yeah, I mean, admittedly, like when I'm putting on my outfits, like if I'm going to see people and not just sitting around the house, my question I always
the
ask
house
myself,
anyway.
like I always like, will people mistake me for a rock star? If the answer is no, then I haven't done enough. Is usually like is my personal. So like, it's like what do you want to be? Like that's the outfit. Like you need to be unmistakable in that outfit.
Dress for the job you want.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Thank you so much, Shiny Pinky! Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, wait. Ellen has a brilliant idea. She said Tito needs to invent Fisherman Lolita. You know what? There's a real good chance that's been done. Everything's been done in Japanese fashion. If you want to become a style icon, look to the Japanese. That's all I can say, is that they have the best fashion subcultures. They're so unafraid to take chances. They're doing the wildest. They're doing the most. Definitely like look to Japan. Get those Japanese fashion magazines.
There's an issue here though, which is like look to Japan, but like that stuff that's cool in Japan is so unaffordable for most people.
A lot of them are wearing like vintage or like upcycled. They make their own clothes a lot of the time, and also there's just like tons of vintage and secondhand stores in Japan. A lot of clothing that you see in those magazines is upcycled. I swear, hand to heart.
Yeah. But you also have to have like a good
Becky's
vintage
gonna
store
do Fisher Lolita.
You have to have a good vintage store near you, which I guess is not the truth for everybody. But
The user con says Japan drip is crazy. It's true. It's true. The drip in Japan goes crazy.
Right. The only other thing I would mention, and this matters a lot, is that like a really cool article of clothing that's not fitting you is far worse than like a basic t-shirt that's tailored perfectly. So like fit is everything. Clean lines. The lines have to complement you. That's a big one. And if you can, like if you're the type of person who can afford it or have the skills, like modify your clothes to actually fit you as nicely as possible.
Sew or tailor, yeah. Oh, that brings up tailoring. Okay, so have you ever noticed this phenomenon where like a celebrity in one of those like paparazzi photos or whatever, just like going to the grocery store or pushing their baby stroller, they'll look like a fucking celebrity even though all they're wearing is a white t-shirt and jeans?
Yep.
That's tailoring, okay? There's no secret there. It's that the clothes fit them immaculately, okay? All of their t-shirts, all of their jeans, they buy them 2 sizes too large and have them professionally tailored to be the absolute perfect body fit, because celebrities can afford tailoring on all of their clothes. But listen, if you're gonna learn how to use a sewing machine for anything, just like learning how to like take in a couple of centimeters on the waist of a shirt is not that hard. It's not that hard. How to make your jeans a little bit smaller in the hip or something, that would be a great first project for a sewing machine. Why did I get wanted for that?
Yeah,
listen.
I mean, I'm 100. Gilly is 100% here.
Thank you.
If you're trying to save money and be fashionable, the best thing you can do is learn how to tailor your own clothes. Like that is
tailoring.
The most valuable skill you can have if this is important to you.
Yeah, also Lynx is right. The white t-shirt and jeans, but you gotta have the sunglasses and look like you've never felt an emotion. The sunglasses are important. A finishing touch. Every outfit requires a finishing touch. Alright, this is our next question. I'm skipping a couple and I feel bad about it, but I will circle back around in Discord. What's a piece of advice you wish you received before you started streaming and making content? And this is from Ivan. Oh my god. I wish that I had been told... There's a lot of things, but I think that somebody had asked me what my goal was. I thought about that today because one of my... I guess mutuals, you would call somebody that you're like mutually following on Twitter. One of my mutuals posted the question, how do you know you're successful as a content creator? And I said, I would love to have a YouTube play button someday. And for those who don't know, the YouTube sends you a plaque for your wall. It looks like a YouTube play button. It's made it's like silver metal plated or something, and it has your channel name engraved on it. And you get a silver one for 100,000 subscribers. You get a gold one for 1 million subscribers, and you get a diamond one. I want the diamond. I'm just kidding. You get a diamond one for like 10 million, I think. 5 million, maybe 10 million. But like getting the silver one would be good enough for me. But yeah, I thought about that. I was like, I'd love a silver play button. But I wish somebody had told me before I started that I should have a goal, or I should at least know what I want to get out of content creating. Because I started just like, I started like, I'm gonna do these things and I'm gonna post them and it's gonna be fun. And I didn't know what I wanted to happen. Right? And I very quickly became dissatisfied because I was like, I want more views, or I want more engagement, or like, I wish this or that. And I didn't even know what I wanted. Every time, the first video that got more views, I was like, oh, well, I wish I had more followers. And then I went viral with the Gamer Mom stuff, and I got some more followers, and I was like, oh, well, you know what? I wish I had more engagement, or I wish people would come to my lives and not just comment on my videos. And so it was always like this moving goalpost. It was always like I get a little taste of something and then I'm hungry for something else. And so I think the advice I wish I had received before I started streaming and making content was like, set a goal for yourself and try to make that goal come true before you change the goal. And you'll be so much happier because you won't just keep changing and becoming dissatisfied with everything that's good. Set your goal and stick to it. That's advice for everybody. Link says when you get the play button they ask what name you want on it. Really? I thought they just defaulted to the name of your channel. That's cool. I'm gonna have them put like Gillifer, Dr. Gillifer. You sounded like you wanted to say something, Joshie.
I don't have much to contribute to this topic as not a streamer or content creator. So I just think about debuts. A lot of people
VTuber debuts.
Yeah. But like I feel like people take too long sometimes, and then sometimes people don't have a debut enough. So I imagine like that moment only happens once, but don't make it special. Don't make it special, but don't make it the reason why you never start. Right? It's
find the balance in between those two things. Okay,
yeah,
that's not bad. There's so much weight placed on debuts, which I think debuts are not always necessary for every streamer. But Lunarfly had an interesting question, which is how short term should the goals be? That is totally up to you, but I think at first short-term goals are great. Like maybe 6 months. I would say set a 6-month goal at first. I want to get to 10,000 TikTok followers by 6 months or something like that. I think half a year is a good short goal length. And then after you start hitting goals and becoming more confident, you can make longer term ones, like your 1 year, 5 year goals. So, yeah, and 6 months doesn't necessarily sound that short term, but I promise you, in terms of the length of like a content creator's lifespan, 6 months is incredibly short. That's a short term goal.
Yeah. Lunarfly, I'm not going to answer what are my goals on stream, but I'll circle around on the Discord.
Joshie's goals are to make my streams as amazing as possible with his excellent production and administration skills.
Nah, I just do that because Gilly's awesome. They're not my personal goals, though.
Oh, thanks. You're so cute. Okay. Let's get some YouTube questions. Actually, there's one more.
Link's Hats has got it. To overthrow capitalism. That's actually...
That's true.
I have to circle around the Discord.
That's such a lofty goal. What about, like, restocking your local soup kitchen or something? There's a lot of community organizing that needs to be done before you can overthrow
if we overthrew
capitalism.
we wouldn't need to restock
But
soup
that's
kitchens.
that's the problem, though, because all the leftists are like, oh, you know, why bother doing the little things? We need to overthrow capitalism, but you can't overthrow capitalism tomorrow. You still need to do the little things.
There are plenty of people worrying about that. Let me worry
There's
about the
not
big
enough
picture.
people worrying about that. Okay. Advice. I'm now giving Joshie advice on how to overthrow capitalism.
I'll hire people to handle the soup kitchens while I
Oh my god, that is capitalism. You're just doing capitalism now. Okay, wait. I have to shorten up this question. This is a good but very long question.
Oh, you're not gonna do Ivan's second question? Because I actually like that one. Or...
What piece of advice you wish you had received before becoming an adult? That's such... I can't even answer this question. Okay, but I'll put it up. What's a piece of advice you wish you received before becoming an adult and you went out into the world? Oh god, there's like... I don't know. Learn how to do taxes, I guess. Or don't. I don't do taxes. That's fine too. That's not fine. Children, do your taxes. Wink. Oh my god, I can't wink.
Yeah, I guess I can't answer this question in a way that, like, I won't potentially screw up someone else's life. But, I wish I listened to boomers less when I was becoming an adult.
Based.
And I say that with all seriousness. Like,
so fucking based.
it is a, anything that was like I did what the boomer said instead of my own instinct really screwed up my life, or at least like took a year away from me that I wish I could have gotten back, or whatever it is.
Wow. So, yeah, like college.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I
just kidding. Kids, stay in school. Don't do drugs.
Story.
Stay in school.
I went to a semester of college because I was fed that I had to in high school, and it was the worst decision I ever made. Dropped out. I did great now. Works for me. It doesn't have to work for everybody, but like, listen to who you are. Listen to who you are. Listen to who you are. That's the best advice.
Okay. Okay, I'm just moving on.
Don't listen
Ellen
to
says
boomers.
That's need their own planet. As soon as you said don't listen to boomers, chat fucking exploded. That was incredible. I've never seen so many people agree about one subject before. People of all walks of life agree. Do not listen to boomers.
I don't know if you have anything to add, but
I don't. I think that's all that needs to be said. Bye, Ellen. Have a good night. Bam Bam's Hot Wheels has advice. I'm a little afraid to know what that's going to be. Let's see. What's the next? Okay. The working environment in the team I'm in. Okay, this is a long... Let's see if it all fits on the screen. Moshiki. I'm skipping the troll questions. Okay, the working environment in the team I am in is tense because I've noticed errors by a colleague that I've already reported. And because of this, one of my bosses told me that if I see them, I will give them a solution as a team. The thing is, I'm getting tired. Yeah, it didn't fit. I'm so sorry. Okay. I am getting tired, and I'm applying for another internal position, but one of my bosses told me that my work is fundamental. How do I tell her I'm applying for this other position or any other position in order to leave the team? Okay, so you have issues with your coworkers. Your colleague is repeatedly causing issues for you, and you are searching for another position internally, and you need to tell your boss that you're leaving because of that coworker. That's the soundest advice from Tito. You don't need to tell them. You just like, I'm excited about this other opportunity. I really want to explore other things. I'm interested in this other work. So I'm joining that team. Peace. Sayonara. Have a good one.
I mean, it depends on your company, right? Like some companies may say like, well, you can't take this other internal position because you need to do this and we need you here. But the thing is, you don't need to stay at that company, right? Like if that
The position
happens,
is internal, though.
well, yeah, the position's internal, but like I don't know if if their policy will let them transfer without the old boss agreeing. Like that's up to that particular company. But what they can't control is you looking externally if that happens to be true, right? So
Yeah.
you should always these are just jobs. Like your career is you and what you do, not like the company you work for, etc. So like you just do what makes you happy. That's the only way life is worth living. So
Do what makes you happy. I love it.
don't stay on that team. Like I could read this and say don't stay on that team. If you have other opportunities.
Cannonball says just do it. That's right. Just do it. You don't owe them an explanation. You don't owe them your labor. You don't owe them. You don't have to stay just because if you leave, their team will fail. You don't owe them anything.
Yeah.
Luderfly says arson makes me happy. Do not do arson. This is not a good opportunity for arson. He still wants the job at that company. So do not arson the company.
Yeah.
All
Gaming
right,
Nerd just posted a question, but I feel like we should do YouTube then circle back to it because
yeah, we
YouTube
definitely
people
have to
been
do
waiting.
YouTube.
Yeah.
It's true. Oh my goodness, there's so many questions.
Okay, we'll have to go a little overtime, I guess.
You love giving advice, don't you? Is this giving
This
you
is
life,
fun.
Joshie?
It's giving me life. It's giving me a lot of life.
You love when people have to listen to you. Maybe. Okay.
I love when
What?
people want to listen to me. That's better.
Aw. Everybody
That's the
always.
way.
Look how many fans you have. As soon as you showed up in the stream, everybody was so excited. They were just chanting, Joshie, Joshie, Joshie in the chat.
Okay.
It's true. I can't get the first question off of the YouTube list. This is the worst interface I've ever seen in my life. Ugh.
Oh, it does look like some of the scroll back is missing.
Some of the scroll back is missing.
Okay, hang on.
Did we get so many questions that the first
No.
ones are like inaccessible?
I'll have another.
Oh my god, UserCun! Everybody likes your voice. UserCun says Joshie's voice makes me horny. Get it? I think that's a reference to the horns. I think it's a horn joke.
You know what's funny? I don't really dislike much about myself. My voice happens to be one of them. I don't know why that is. So
No, everybody loves your voice, Joshie.
yeah.
That's it. Well, hopefully this gives you the self-esteem to love your voice.
All right. I actually think Nocturne's question is the first real question. Like I'm like
But can
scrolling.
you pull
and-
it? Pull
Oh, you
it and
can't
send
even-
it to me on Discord because I can't see it.
You can't see Nocturne's question. Okay.
No.
1 second.
No, that's what I'm saying. I can't scroll all the way back. Lunarfly says your voice rocks.
All right. Here. Hang on. All right. Sending to Discord. Am I gonna have to do this the whole time, or?
I don't think so. Maybe. Oh my god. Yeah, you might. Okay, this is from Nocturne. This is a great question. In January, my sister decided to essentially make us take a break from one another, leading to an estranged relationship. It's been months with no contact. Should I still have hope? I think you should definitely have hope. It would help if she told you, like, why she needed a break from you. Sometimes the whole estrangement from a family member thing, it depends upon one person changing certain behaviors, right? Like if she told you she needed a break because you did something that made her feel this or that, or like hopefully she gave you a reason. That's what I'm not gonna ask for what the reason. I don't need to pry that much. I don't need to know, but I'm assuming that some self-work needs to happen if you can improve this or that and treat her a little bit differently or modify this particular behavior that's been bothering her. I assume that she would welcome you back into her life. So the question for you is whether you are willing and able to do that self-work. And if she hasn't offered any reasons for the estrangement, like if she didn't tell you why she needed the break, maybe you could ask. You know, I hate to say, like, reach out to your sister even though she needed some space and she's been trying to get this space from you. But, like, Joshie, check me on this, but, like, would it be bad to just ask and, like, write a really nicely worded short text message and say, I am completely trying to respect your space, not trying to force you to like accept me back into your life, but I was wondering, is there a particular behavior or something that I should work on in myself, and that I could potentially, right, like, and I would love to, like, eventually, like, create a path for us having a good relationship. So I would appreciate it if you would let me know, but, like, is check me on that. Is that, like, not okay?
So more information is needed, right? So if it was like, we need a break, I'll tell you when I'm ready to talk again, or then no, it's not okay, right? But if it's like, you know, we need to stop socially interacting, or we don't know the details, like, really whether or not it's okay to send a message asking how I can improve really depends on what's going on.
The nature of the break. Yeah, I guess
it's
so.
Just, I mean, in absence of knowing that, I would say it's probably not okay, right? Like, it's, the word make us take a break, yeah. I don't want to speculate.
Yeah.
But in general, like, the best time to have asked that was probably when she said that.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Also,
for other
hi,
people
Newler.
listening.
And Lindbergh, this is not going to be an ASMR stream tonight, but I appreciate your enthusiasm.
But yeah, this one's really hard because, more details, but in general.
Yeah. I would say if she gave you feedback, do the self-work. If she didn't give you feedback, maybe ask for the feedback, but, like, kindly and without any assumption that she's going to take you back, you know?
Yeah.
Lunar flies. Joshie's talking about heavy stuff. Gilly is bouncing heavily.
But to answer...
I'm vibing to this music. Sorry, guys.
I feel bad for this person. I like to answer whether or not you should have hope. Once again, feels very situation dependent, but I think with family, you probably should, assuming you didn't do something that is so terrible that it would, like, no one would say, yeah, you should have hope, right?
Yeah. Brian says contact could be the first step, just a brief try without pressing too hard. I want to counterpoint that with, if somebody has given you, like, their boundary, which is, I need space, I need to not talk to you for a while, then reaching out is actually, like, stepping across that boundary and could seriously backfire. May not be received as, like, a nice checking in, may received as, like, boundary stomping, which is never a great thing. So
right, and, like,
but yeah,
maybe
read the room, I guess.
I'm imagining being in that situation. I'm like, is there other family members who can mediate? But then, like, that is also boundary breaking depending on the context, right? So, like, really, you know the only answer, but should you have hope? I mean, the word break should give you hope, right? It's not like you're out of my life. Like, so I guess I would have hope for that reason, at least. The language chosen.
Yes, have hope. Without hope, there is nothing. Lindbergh, can you, like, take a little chill pill? We're trying to have an advice stream. I'm glad that you're along for the ride, but I'm not, like, I'm not, like, doing requests right now. But I appreciate. Hi, Low Country Boy. I'm great. I hope you're having a great night as well. Okay. I have the first question that I can see in the YouTube Q&A is, a lot of people are going to get me and take me to hurt me, which I'm not sure what the question is. It's from Santana. Do you have more context around that? Because I can't see the rest of the question, and it's very ominous. It's a very ominous message.
You're so... That's the
It's
first
so
one you see?
broken. It's the first one I see. That's the first
All
message
right,
I see.
hang on. Vamp the audience. I'm going to send you...
You're gonna send it to me on Discord? Yeah, that was an appropriate what, though. Okay, vamp the audience. Lunarfly says, Gilly, help, the cartel is after me. I have no advice for you on that one, except, I don't know, change your identity, hide, get plastic surgery,
right.
wear a wig.
I just sent you everything past Nocturne's question in order, so...
Oh my god, okay. Thank you, appreciate that. Oh, okay.
So
I see, I
helps.
see, I see. I see the question now.
But
Here's
you
the
should
question. Here's the first half of that question. Was I was at school, someone was bullying me. I don't like that, so I got depressed. This is from Blanca Painter. Bullying in school is such a tough one. There's so many different recommendations on how to deal with school bullying. Like, some people will tell you to just ignore it. I'm in the, like, if it's safe to do so, give them a little clapback kind of a camp, because once bullies know that they're gonna get away with bullying you, they'll do it more. There's terrible advice out there, and this advice is like, don't react, because bullies want a reaction, and if you don't give them a reaction, they'll stop doing it, because bullying you is just not fun. No, that's not true. Bullies are bad people. Bullies are bad people who enjoy violence, and if you don't react, they're gonna keep doing it. Brian's advice here is tell someone first so adults know the clapback was only after a pattern of abuse. That's a good idea. Tell the adults who are important that they know, right? Like, but yeah. Do not just ignore it. Do not just ignore it. It'll get worse. I'm so sorry, but it'll get worse.
God, these are real serious questions here.
I know, these are heavy hitters.
I have seen, like, this is above our pay grade, but
I know, that's true. We gotta bail out.
This is, because, like, you obviously should be able to tell responsible adults in your lives, like teachers and administrators at your school and parents. But honestly, those are a case-by-case situation, because there are schools who will protect their own ass, or there are parents who don't care, and you need to know, the situation you're in, I guess, because if you vocalize it to a school who doesn't care but makes it aware that you have done that, like, it could invite more bullying. And there's things we can do. One piece of advice I see regularly echoed in these situations is tell the principal, but also tell the school board, like a superintendent, like, get the attention of a body that governs that school, not just the school itself. I'm serious. Like, when I read, like, what finally caused action to happen, there's a couple of things. There's, if the school ignores it, higher body of learning and social media, like, make that school eat that shit for doing that, right? Like, you publicize that. Like, that's the, those are the only two things that move action. That's true of companies who do shitty things. Like, they don't
blast
help
them
you
on
until,
social, yeah.
Blast them on social, right? So, like,
be a Karen. That's right, Becky.
Blasting on social, like, sounds funny, but it is truly one of the best ways to handle this type of situation. Like, blast it on social, get local media involved, and talk to a body above the school. Like, that's
really good advice. That's so good.
But it's not easy. None of this is easy.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry it's happening.
Yeah. The number of folks who are, like, resonating with this question in the chat is making me sad. Bullying sucks. I wish it didn't exist. I wish all bullies just got the help they needed to become better people. Good night, Sulky. Have a good night.
Yeah, even here, when Owen's saying none of my teachers tried hard enough when I got bullied. Yeah, it is such a common story, though. That's why I say, like, above the school, media, social media, it's honestly the truth.
Yeah, the teachers, the president,
And
the principal, they're all just so complacent. They're like in a rut. They don't want to rock the boat or do anything different. They're just going through the motions.
And what Gilly said, if you have the strength, clap back for sure. Like
Clap back.
But that's also situation dependent. The other advice kind of feels more general, so.
All right, I'm looking through these YouTube. A lot of them are a little trollish. I'm not sure which ones are trollish and which ones are not trollish. This one's so fascinating to me, though. I'm pulling up Toadlord's questions. This one is so funny. Here, check this out. Ready? 3, 2, 1. How do you feel less insignificant in the universe within the short period of time we call our lifetimes? Love, Toadlord. It might be like just that late in the night for me, but I have to pull my thoughts together so that this doesn't live on in infamy in my YouTube archives. But like, I kind of enjoy the feeling of insignificance. Like, doesn't it make you feel a little better sometimes when you're looking at like politics or like global wars or like hunger in our own country, or you know, like when you're looking at all these terrible things and then you look up at the sky and you're like, none of this matters. We're just a tiny speck of rock floating around in space with some multi-celled organisms crawling around doing insignificant things. Like, doesn't that make you feel better? It makes me feel better. It's probably getting late, but that's my I honestly like feel better thinking about this stuff.
It doesn't make me feel better or worse, but it does guide how I live life, right? Which is like, there's literally nothing I can do to be remembered in 100,000 years, let alone like for most of us being remembered in 100 years. It's like, I think, how many people do we truly know that lived 500, 1,000 years ago? There's like, you know, you got a pile of 100 names and that's it. So to me, like when I say like you personally, like obviously we have a history, like we have written history, but
okay.
But
humans in general have written history. Okay.
Yeah. So for me personally, like I take that as like the only thing I can truly do with my life is to A, strive for my own happiness and not to suffer for no apparent reason, and B, try to make those around me happy, right? And like just contributing to the world is kind of the wrong mentality, I guess, in this scenario, but contributing to those around you, like don't be a burden to those around you. Like it's truly the only thing. And like your significance comes from like how everyone else felt because you were there. It's really,
I love that answer.
Yeah.
And like, as much as you want to talk about dismantling capitalism, this is the kind of like go work a shift at your local soup kitchen kind of thing. You don't have to do something significant in your lifetime. There's nothing so significant that it's permanent in terms of the entire universe, right? Like, just do little things. Do insignificant things. They're important to you. They're important to the people around you. Mm-hmm. You can help people in small ways, and that is as important as the people doing like the significant history making things. You know, do your life. Volunteer. Plant a tree. Learn how to cook. Do insignificant things that make you happy and fulfill you and make your community better.
Yeah, so. Really, your true significance is the impact you have on those around you. It's like, there's nothing long-lasting, right? If you're looking at it in the grand scope of the universe, like, the very existence of our planet, etc., will be absolutely insignificant at some point. Like,
I thought this was going to be, like, the funny question that we could, like, do lighthearted stuff on. Everything turns out heavy when it's us. Why do we only give like heavy emotional advice?
It's not heavy though. It's joy. Like this. Just
it's joy.
It's joy.
That's right. It's joy.
Yeah, we're gonna die.
Its comment is we're gonna die. No. Oh my god! It's the witching hour, isn't it? It's silly hour. Oh my god! Hi, Faith. Oh, you're a big fan? I'm so glad. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're having a good time. Tito's starting to dissociate to this song. Let me put on another one. Hold on. This song has been playing for a long time. Let's do this one. This one's called Cooking Banana. I don't know what that means, but this song is called Cooking Banana.
God, there's a whole version of this stream that's different than the one I'm experiencing because I don't hear the music.
You're not listening to the music? Oh, you gotta be. It's like mindless J-pop electro. Like it's nothing music. It's so good. Music to disassociate to. Okay, all right. Let's see. The Q&A is so ridiculous. Becky wrote apparently in Q&A. Ha 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 ha. Shadow says, is Joshie considered dad to the Spores? Let's do this one.
Daddy.
Joshie, are you daddy? Are you daddy to the Spores? Just dad. No, just dad. You have to wear.
Daddy.
No,
daddy.
you have to wear the dirty white sneakers with the pulled up crew socks. And you have to wear the cargo shorts with the belt that's like belted under your beer belly.
Oh, this is hilarious, but I'm gonna circle back to Tito's fashion question.
What?
Always have killer sneakers and have clean sneakers. Clean sneakers.
That's right. Oh my god.
Clean,
that's such good
sneakers.
advice.
Yeah.
Good shoes. Good shoes. If you're gonna spend money on something, good shoes. They do have to be.
They have to be clean. Like, yeah.
Oh my goodness. Shoes. That's so true. But are you dad or daddy?
Daddy.
Do you grill a mean burger?
I mean, I do, but
that sounds like dad to me. Okay. This one.
Both.
How do I answer this one?
Both.
There's a VTuber that I watch who only goes live once a leap year. So once every 4 years? Is there anything I can do to help? I wanted to ask for the stream sporadically on Discord, but I don't want to be annoying. Is this... I don't know. It sounds like they have something stopping them from like investing more time and energy into VTubing. And a lot of people, most VTubers aren't full-time content creators. They are... it's a hobby and they're doing it in their free time. And I totally understand this frustration of having this streamer that you really love, or even somebody who makes like VODs, and for them to only go live or upload very sporadically, not often enough to satiate your hunger, right? I totally get that frustration, but it sounds like they just don't have that much time and space in their personal life to stream more. And I hate to say it for you and for them, but you can always offer help. Like, look, is there anything that we can do to help? Like, can we help you clip your content, or can we help you make thumbnails, or can we help you, like, offers of help are always wonderful. Feel free to offer help at any time, but I think with no expectation. They might say like, no, I'm so sorry, I just can't do more content, and you sort of have to just take that answer, as disappointing as it is.
Yeah, the one that when you were talking about the clips was immediately in my head, right? Like,
clips,
if someone
yeah.
could edit down clips in a way that they're postable, not just the edit, but like add the subtitles, etc. Like, be like, hey, can you give us a style guide, and then we'll try to help you make content that fits, the style guide.
The style guide. We do love a style guide.
Right. So I don't even know if Gilly needs to give you all style guides, then you could probably help her too. So it's like...
Is there really anybody out there who wants to do free labor? I don't want to ask anybody to do free labor. It's so if somebody offers it up, I guess I could make a style guide.
Don't laugh. Style guides are important.
I know.
No, Tito's laughing.
Tito, no. Nobody listen. Tito's a designer. Nobody loves a style guide more than a designer. Yeah. Tito raises hand. Yeah, Tito, you want to make my style guide so that other people can do additional labor for me? That would be so great. I'll make a style guide. I should make my own style guide. Style guides are great. Listen, okay, so that's actionable advice for this person with the VTuber that they want to help.
Yeah.
Everything starts with a style guide, because if you want to clip them and you're trying to add subtitles, but you don't know what font to use and you don't know what color code to use, and you know, like maybe you're clipping the wrong parts of the stream, you're not really capturing the vibe that they want to put out there. A style guide really helps. If a lot of different people are contributing, a style guide really helps keep everybody's work like looking like it goes together and it's all being produced by the same team instead of a bunch of different people all doing completely different things.
Right, but I guess you just said something interesting. It's like, what kind of things would you show clipped on like your TikTok or your Instagram, etc., right? Because like it's not just a clip that's funny to your users, but like it has to be on brand in order to like catch fire on those platforms, right? So
totally. And clipping is super hard. Like it's an art. Clipping is an art form. So practice if you're interested in becoming a VTuber clipper. Oh my god. Somebody asked how to rizz up my English teacher. She's just 4 years older. Then do not rizz your English teacher. That's no. Wait. Wait, you want to answer that one?
I'm just like curious if this person's in college or like if they're in middle school or high school.
I have no idea, but she's just 4 years older than me. I guess it could be high school. It could be like a high school senior and a recent college grad or something. I don't like that at all. I don't want to answer this one. The answer is don't. Don't do that. Do not.
Right.
Do not risk the teacher.
Right. The teacher will most likely get in trouble if they were unable to resist your charms. So, yes.
Do not.
Oh, I would like... I'm curious if Becky has a guest answer.
Please. Oh my god. The teacher's perspective. The gaming nerd has a guest answer. The teacher can get a restraining order. Oh no. But Brian has an interesting point, which is why are English teachers always so attractive? For some reason, English teachers are always smoking hot. I don't get it either. I've never had like a social studies teacher or a math teacher that was super hot, but English teachers are always banging.
I had a geometry teacher that wasn't super hot, but was like okay.
A geometry teacher?
But there were so many rumors of her with students, and this was.
Did she show you her geometry?
It wasn't me, but like serious accusations.
Wait, she showed somebody her geometry?
Apparently, so.
Oh man. Incredible. Vinay said, did they get better grades?
I don't have details.
Okay.
And a cute angel. God damn.
Do I get to see the geometry if I get a B+, or does it have to be an A? These are the important questions. Was she a cute angel? Oh, Lunarfly, that was cute. I like it. All right. New question. How do you raise hell, Gilly? Skip.
Wait, is that a comma there? It's like hell, comma Gilly, or how do you raise hell, Gilly? Like.
Well, this is what Darkfire wrote. How do you raise hell, Gilly? I'm going with hell, comma Gilly.
That's less funny.
What? Is Hell Gilly like the dark alternate universe, like the Nega Gilly?
Oh, Becky, Blue Jewel, next question. That's heavy.
Okay. Oh my god! Sorry, do you really want to answer this one?
I mean, like...
I don't know.
Is it from the perspective of, like, how
This is Becky's question. How do I make a will? Most people, like, hire a lawyer for this.
Right,
like an estate planning lawyer.
How do you produce the document, or, like, how do you decide how to write it? Like, what should go in it? Like, what topics you're trying to cover? Like, I guess those are the two...
If we're... These are all too dark. These are all way too dark. I think you'd get a lawyer to do this, but you know what? There are online services for it. There are online will creation services that are apparently legally binding, legally viable, or whatever. And I guess having it stored in the cloud is probably a good idea. Because if you wrote it down and then like it got like lost or destroyed in a fire or something, like put your will in the cloud, upload it to the Google Cloud.
Copy with a lawyer, copy in a safety deposit box, like, and
yeah, copy with your person who has power of eternity. Eternity?
Right.
Power of attorney?
And if you happen to supersede your will with a new will, try to destroy the old one, because I've seen people try to hide a new one to take advantage of the old one, right? And
what? That sounds like the plot of a movie.
No, it's the plot of real life. Like
this is the plot of a movie. Joshie's sourcing all of this advice from like Clue.
But
oh my god.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't answer this one. I don't know. What? Okay, wait. These questions are unhinged. We should have done the YouTube chat first. Darkfire comes back with another one. Gilly, should people get married these days?
This is actually a great question.
This is such a good question. This is such a good question. Are you gonna go?
you want me to go first?
Yeah, you're the one who's excited about it.
Yeah, listen, it depends on your situation, right? Like, you will have an easier time, like, whether it's married or, like, a filed life partnership, like, with the government. Like, you will have an easier time in emergency situations and things of that nature, right? Like, it's just the truth. And so, are there valid reasons to get married? Yes, it's one of them. If you want to put something on the line, like getting married, like, is a significant next step, not just from like a declaration standpoint, but from a like, we put our assets at risk. Yeah.
Joshie, did you get this advice from boomers?
No, I believe in everything I'm currently saying, right? Like,
you do?
Yeah.
You weren't told that like the most important thing in life is to get married and buy a house and have children by boomers?
Getting married is not the most important thing in life. But if you're with a long-term partner, like, the question is, should you get married or not? That's the context I'm putting it in, right? So, and in that case, I would say there's value in it. I wouldn't say, like, if you're happy being single, you shouldn't strive to get married just because someone else told you to. Like, that's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, marriage is a legal status.
Yeah.
Marriage, you're agreeing to intermingle your assets and your finances, and like it makes it gives you certain tax exemptions, and it makes it easier to get lines of credit like mortgages and loans.
Taxes is a big one.
So think of marriage.
Yeah.
Think of marriage as a legal status. Do you want to be financially and legally tied to this person, which is useful in a lot of situations? There's a lot of useful benefits to being married. Or do you not want to be tied financially and legally to this person? I think that's the question you need to ask yourself, because like, you can throw a dope-ass commitment party, and you can do, like, a ring exchanging ceremony without getting legally married. And you can go to the end of your life with your partner and be super happy without getting married. So do you want the legal status, I think, is the question for you.
I would imagine, like, being legally married, like, takes the edge off of some things that you otherwise would have edge on. Like, if you're trying to have separate finances, etc., like, if marriage just says, like, no, that wall's broken because you guys all own everything collectively, then it's one less thing to stress about, or maybe potentially fight with your partner.
Okay.
I don't know. Like, there seems to be reasons. And then, like, we aren't talking about it because, like, I'm non-religious, but you get married because of your religion.
Right. There's religion too. There's humans do that.
If you connect with your religion and marriage is part of that, then you should still do that, I guess. Like, whether or not you should tie it to the legal concept of marriage is a different story. But
oh, Becky brings up a very good point, which is there's a penalty if you're disabled, because if you're if your income is over a certain threshold and you're claiming Social Security insurance because you're like permanently what? If you're disabled or unable to work and you're getting SSI, there is a requirement to claim SSI that your income and your assets cannot exceed a certain amount. And getting married means you pool those assets, and that threshold doesn't go up, but like your assets do. And so a lot of people find that being married means they can't get their SSI anymore, and that they actually have to get legally divorced in order to get the Social Security income they deserve. So, like, yeah, there's that to think about too. If you are currently getting any sort of government benefits that hinge upon you not exceeding a certain amount of income or like money in the bank, you got to think about that too.
Yeah, so Brian
is that just in the U.S., Brian? I don't know. The U.S. is a hellhole.
Yeah, we are clearly U.S. centric when we give these answers, and we're clearly giving these answers devoid of any romance either. So, like, take from that what you will.
Romance is dead. Romance is dead. Get married if you want to save money on taxes. Legally bury yourself for the benefits, Luterfly. That's the biggest brain comment I've ever read. Oh my god, incredible. I'm so glad you like bread, Day. Very, very important thing to say.
But what I will say...
more on marriage.
Because you did bring up the boomer topic, like boomers told you to do this, like, you don't need a ring that costs 2 months' salary or any of that bullshit.
There
right?
you go.
Like,
there you go.
Yeah.
Right. You don't need a big old diamond. You don't need to like throw a 500-person marriage ceremony and party.
You don't need to spend $100,000 on a wedding. Like,
oh my god. Yeah, just hire your friend to DJ and throw a sick ass party.
Yeah.
Okay. This is not a question. Dino Dixie Akabo just said, "Hey, I like you." Thank you, Dino Dixie Akabo. I like you too.
Oh.
What?
The next one is a callback.
Oh, Blanca says, "I am not good." I'm so sorry, Blanca. Blanca is the same person who posted the at school bullying question. Bullying is just the freaking worst. I'm so sad that adults are so apathetic to it these days, and that nobody seems to be willing to do anything. I need to brush up on my bullying advice. I should read more of like the professional literature about it, so I can give better advice in the future. Because I wish that I was armed with better advice here, because it's a really important subject, and this person sounds like they're really struggling, and I hate that for them.
Like I said, above the school boards, government, local government, social media, local media.
Blast
like
them on social.
Yep, all those things.
Okay. There's a bunch of questions about me. What's your biggest pet peeve? If you can choose any sweet in the world, what would it be? Sour Patch Kids. Is chocolate a vegetable? No, why would it be a vegetable? Chocolate is a fruit, obviously.
All fruits are vegetables, Gilly. All fruits are vegetables.
Okay, chocolate's a vegetable. That works. How do I ask a girl's favorite chocolate? Okay, that's a good question. I like that one. This is from Subaru Ryogasaki. How do I ask a girl's favorite chocolate? This is very important. You should always know your favorite girl people's your girl people's favorite chocolate. I think you would just ask, like, I'm going to the grocery store after school today. I was thinking about picking up something for you. What's your favorite chocolate?
I would get some white chocolate, some dark chocolate, some milk chocolate, and say, like, I have to put 2 of these 3 in the garbage disposal. Which 2 should it be?
I am going to shove 2 of these into my mouth and consume them within the next 30 seconds. You have to decide right here and now which one you want.
Yeah. Like,
I am the garbage disposal. It is me.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. Tito just says, with your words, dog. Yes, you ask with your words.
You should creep on all of her old like social media messages and see if she's ever mentioned the chocolate.
Oh God!
No, I'm kidding.
Do not do that. Do not do that. Okay, Void Studios is in chat right now and is asking, recently I haven't felt myself. Can you help me? I think Tito gave good advice here, which is you need sleep. I think sleep always helps. Eating a Snickers helps. I think that if you haven't felt yourself lately, it's always worth talking to your doctor, because that could be a sign of depression. And so I don't want to like give advice like, you know, that's unsound medical advice. So if you suspect that you might be suffering from depression, talk to your doctor. There's lots of things you can do about it, and they'll be happy to talk about that with you. But like, also, you know, try something new. Maybe if you're getting bored of your hobbies, or you know, the things that you used to enjoy, you're really not that into anymore, try something new. Try picking up a new hobby. Board games. I'm really into board games.
There can also be like legitimate medical reasons physically, so like seeing a doctor for that reason too. But yeah, I want to second, like, a lot of us don't get enough sleep, and sleep is one of the biggest difference makers.
Sleep
is like just such a huge difference maker. And like, people are like, whatever, and then they're like, I still feel bad. It's like, sleep, just sleep.
Sleep.
And you can't sleep for one night. You gotta like sleep well for 2 weeks or whatever, right? Like,
you can't sleep for one night. You have to sleep for 2 weeks.
No, what I'm saying is like, you have to keep up good sleep habits over a period of time to see the benefits if you're currently in a state of not.
I see. Yes. Sustained good sleeping habits.
Yeah.
Hi, Cora. Hi, Sigma. You we are the best. What a username. But yes, arson. But hello, newcomers. Showering, Tito, that's such a great idea. Showering, great idea. If you don't feel good, sometimes just like picking yourself up and cleaning off and starting with a fresh slate is always, it's a good idea. Lunar Flies is getting outside, that's right. Touching grass is a really good way to sort of reset, I think, physically and emotionally.
Sometimes when I find myself getting too upset, like, I'll suddenly realize I haven't been outside in days or something like that. It's
days!
Just, yeah, days.
Days.
And then, like, just going to do something, or like going to talk to somebody in person, just having a conversation, like, instant reset. So, like, sometimes in this day and age, you get lost in that, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everything's too digital. Everything's too, like, artificial light. The internet's not real life, guys. It's not real life. None of this is real. The internet is not real. It's time to go outside and put your phone on silent. Then I won't feel like myself at all. All right. Darkfire, no. Darkfire said, how do I fake my death? No, it's not. Are you looking at the same question I'm looking at?
Yeah.
You want to answer this one?
I have to think of a creative answer first.
Okay, Darkfire says, Gilly, how do I fake my death? I don't know if he was just like really excited to say Gilly, or if he really thinks my name has 2 E's in it.
Dig up a body from the graveyard. Put it in your car.
Off to a good start.
Put it in your car. Blow it up. Gasoline, whatever you need to like really get the fire going.
But the teeth, wait. First you have to pull out all of your teeth and then trade teeth with the cadaver, because your teeth need to be at the crash site.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Uh-huh. Yep.
But like, leave your wallet in the car. So, you know, they're like, oh,
yes,
it's really...
Brian points out accurately, the answer is also arson. Car arson.
Yeah. So...
Okay, take all of your teeth and your wallet, put them in the car with the dead body that you just dug out of the grave, burn the car. Anything else you want to add?
Tito says pig farm so much faster, but how are you faking your own death?
No, you feed it to the pigs. Oh, wait. That's a
Right.
good point. You're not really faking your own death. You're just getting rid of a body. Wait, Tito, wrong question. We're not getting rid of
Yeah.
a body.
Like,
We're faking
you want-
our death.
You want people to be convinced you died, not that you went missing, right?
Okay, wait. First, upload your consciousness to the cloud, to the internet, so that you are an entity that exists purely online with no physical presence, and then feed your body to the pigs. There you go. Nobody will know that you're a purely theoretical internet presence, and they'll think that you're gone.
But once again, it's the faking and the people knowing that's important.
Right. Oh, right. Because if the body doesn't exist anymore because of the pigs, then they won't know. You're right.
Yeah.
Hi, Ryan Gosling is back. Ryan Gosling is in the chat, everybody. Hi. Welcome back. Okay. All right.
That's like the second most famous person here.
Link said, thank you. Link says the first one, you. No response.
Sorry,
okay,
what'd you say?
Link says upload your consciousness
got
to the
it.
cloud and have a friend put you in the explodey car. That works perfectly. It's perfect. And then it is actually your body that gets burned, so everybody will think you're dead. Ta-da!
Because
Problem
you
solved.
are dead. Listen,
Yeah.
do we think a digital copy is really you? Like, come on.
Sure. I don't know. We're digital anyway. Not strictly in the sense that we're VTubers, but like your brain is just a natural computer, and thoughts and your consciousness, your perception of reality are all just electrical synapses. So like what's the difference? Okay?
Listen,
What?
that was a really fast cover because what you really believe is that we live in a simulation because it's highly likely that we do.
That's true, but I wasn't going to bring that up.
I know.
The spores don't need to know. The spores don't need to know that all of this is a simulation. Oh no, I cannot possibly do Roko's Basilisk online. Oh lord.
You said it. It's enough. Move on.
I said it. It's enough. Move on. Okay.
Oh, Link's got a
How
good
can I be a
question.
tool like Joshie Gilly?
Oh, you skipped Link Hat's question.
Okay, what's Link's Hat's question? I can't even say it. Oh my god.
Well,
I need to go to bed.
I just
How to grow a VTuber.
I just put, some spores in a pot of soil and Gilly's here, so that easy.
That's right. You
That
just
easy.
okay. You
This is
get
the second
a bag.
one, though.
You get a bag of substrate, and then you inoculate it with your spores, and then you put it in a perfectly moisturized environment, and it grows into a mushroom girl who then learns how to use a computer and decides to start making videos for TikTok. It's that easy. Just a few easy steps.
Yeah. So, yeah. Yep. Okay, there's like one or two serious questions left on the list.
Oh my god, I'm so... Oh no, Brian! Brian Googled it! Brian Googled it! No! Don't do it! Oh my god. Okay, alright, moving on. I need to go to bed.
You
All
ruined
right.
Brian. You ruined
I
Brian's
ruined
life.
Brian's life!
You
I'm
ruined
so
Brian's
sorry,
life.
Brian! You Googled Roko's Basilisk. Okay. Okay, what is this?
Tony's
Got it. This is a
questions-
good question from Lunarfly.
Okay.
Besides continuous uploading and natural growth, what should you do to keep growing and making videos and streaming? Expanding your skills is really important. I didn't know much about video editing before I started doing TikTok. And honestly, like even for the first probably solid year and a half of doing TikTok, I didn't know how to use real video editing software. I was just doing like the TikTok edits and the CapCut edits and everything. But I picked up DaVinci Resolve, which is a very full-featured video editing software, and I'm learning so much. I'm also learning about 3D programs like Blender and Unity, and I'm learning about coding with nodes and doing all sorts of stuff that I had no idea how to do any of these things before I started making content. And I've just been expanding my skills like crazy, and it's been so much fun. And it's made my contents like better and better. So yeah, what should you do to keep growing? It's like keep learning new skills. Like make the content better by like branching out and trying new things. Yeah. I'm not trying to get sponsored by DaVinci Gaming Nerd, but if it happened, I wouldn't say no. Joshie has gone to bed.
No, I'm still here.
I'm on my own now.
I'm just, I don't have much to contribute for this particular question, so.
Okay. Do you want to do Tony's question? This is an immense question, and I don't use that word lightly. How do I stay? Yeah, how do I stay committed to doing something I want to do or dream of doing? Yeah. Why don't you take first stab at this one, Joshie?
Dreams.
Tino's trying to get me to go to sleep.
I mean, it's good
It
advice.
is really late.
I mean, I don't. This sentiment doesn't ring with me because I would only keep doing something if I enjoyed pursuing it, right? And that would be my motivation. So the lack of commitment might signal that, you know, you want to change up what you're doing in life, and that's fine. I guess maybe bad advice, but it is what it is. Like, I find a lot of people start something and then they're like, I spent so much time doing this, there's a sunk cost fallacy, I have to keep going through, right? And it's just,
they hit you with the what, Joshie?
I don't care.
They hit you with the what?
Listen, life is too short. It goes back to enjoying it, right? Like, if you are pursuing a dream but you're having trouble being committed to that dream, is that truly
Yeah, maybe it's not
dream?
your dream anymore.
Yeah, it's just
yeah. Yeah, it's a good point. If you don't feel like doing it anymore, what's the point in staying committed to it if you're not enjoying it? And if reaching that goal isn't even going to fulfill you anymore, let that dream go. You probably have a new dream now.
Now, maybe with the caveat of like, I don't know, if what you're currently working on is getting you closer to something you desire, but then I guess that thing you're working on is not your dream. It's like a stepping stone to your dream. But so maybe it doesn't apply here. I don't know.
Stepping stone. Yeah, if your dream is like extremely lofty and it's going to take many years and many steps to achieve it, but it's still a worthwhile dream, I can see that it's just like there's a getting over this, like you're getting momentum. Like if it's really hard and that goal is super far away, it can just be tough to motivate yourself. But
right, I'm reading this.
Are you picking up on Lunarfly?
Yeah, don't mix burnout with losing interest.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's a really good point.
It is, but like nothing's permanent. So like, if you're burned out, stop doing it. Come back to it when you don't feel burned out, or maybe you just discovered that it's not for you anymore, right? That's
true. It's not healthy to try and push through burnout, because that's what got you burned out in the first place, was pushing too hard. The solution to burnout, like, you can't walk away from every situation. Like, you can't just walk away from work. Most people need to work to live. But generally, the solution with burnout is to, like, take a break and do something else until you're a little bit rejuvenated, and then to get back at it. So if you do feel burnt out, don't abandon the goal completely, but maybe take a little break.
Goals are different than dreams, though, right? Like, it's the word dream I'm latching onto here. Like, it just feels.
How do you see goal as being different from dream?
Because a dream is like something you truly desire. It's like the thing you want more than anything else. A goal is just something you set for yourself so you can move forward in life. And they feel inherently different.
Do you think that goals are like milestones in the achievement of a dream.
Yeah, or goals or milestones in the achievement of something else that's not your dream too, right? Like dream is very specific. It's if you're feeling this way, to me it's like, well, you got to think about what your dreams actually are. Like you may just be stuck in like this mindset that this is my dream, but it may not actually be your dream. It's just yeah. And Brian's saying he's not even sure he has a dream then. That could be true.
Lunar says dreams require sleep, so go get it. The chat is trying to put us to bed, Joshie. They've been casting sleep spells on us.
It's fine. We can end. We can stay. Probably end.
I think I probably need to go to bed.
Yeah.
This has been so much fun, but I think we should go to bed now. I think when I just spend a solid 30 seconds giggling my butt off, it's a pretty good sign that I should go get some sleep. Oh my god. Shiny Pinky, you're still here. Let me thank you one more time for like the 40 or 50 gifted subs. My goodness. Thank you so much for your generosity and for letting so many Spores have an opportunity to become Sporters and have access to Sporter stuff. So you're awesome. You're totally awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, dude,
And,
Shiny Pinky is a super fan.
I know. She's a super fan. And thank you everybody else who resubscribed tonight or who super chatted. I really appreciate it. But yeah, it's time to go to bed, Spores. Not just me, not just Joshie. I think you Spores should also get a great night's sleep tonight.
Yeah.
I hope you sleep all the way through the night and you wake up feeling refreshed and rested and ready to tackle the day tomorrow. So
And see you later, Spores. Gilly, thanks for having me. This is a blast.
yeah, it's always fun having you on the stream, Joshie. Thanks so much for joining me. Everybody loved your advice, by the way. You give very good advice.
It
All
might
right.
have been waning at the end there.
I think we were both waning at the end. Well, good night, everybody. Love you, Spurs, so much. Mwah, mwah. Good night, good night, good night.